All right, myEcon associates, this is June Collier, VP of Marketing with myEcon. If you're just now logging in, good morning, good morning, good morning. We've got about 5 minutes before this call actually gets started. So make sure that you reach out to your teams, let them know that the myEcon virtual Super Saturday is starting in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, we're going to get started. So make sure you go out, reach out to your teams, let them know that we are ready. We are standing by. We've got some great information to share with you. And we're really excited about this being the very first virtual Super Saturday from the corporate office. So go ahead, tag your friends, tag your team members, let them to know to log in to myeconlive.com, myeconlive.com. We'll be starting here in roughly 4 minutes. All right, great morning, great morning, great morning to the myEcon associates. If you're just now logging in, this is June Collier, VP of Marketing with myEcon. We are getting ready to launch the very first virtual Super Saturday here in 3 minutes. We got a lineup of some powerhouse speakers. They are standing by, they are ready, they are excited, and I'm excited. Make sure you reach out to your team members. Let them know that the myEcon Virtual Super Saturday is starting in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, myEcon associates. It's almost time for the very first virtual Super Saturday. We've got less than 60 seconds and we're going to get this thing kicked off. We're really excited. I see all of my speakers that are standing by. They are excited as well. They're looking beautiful this morning and we are ready to get started. Give us about 60 seconds and we're going to get started. All right, myEcon associates. This is June Collier, VP of Marketing with myEcon. Welcome to the first virtual Super Saturday of 2020. My name is June Collier, VP of Marketing with myEcon. We decided that we wanted to do this virtual Super Saturday, and guess what? It's going to be happening every first Saturday of the month in 2020. Yes, that's right. Every first Saturday of the month in 2020, we have upgraded, we've upgraded. So no matter where you are in the country, you will have access and an opportunity to tap into the training that we have all around the country. Now, we're still going to have our live Super Saturdays. In fact, here in Atlanta, Georgia, on the third Saturday of every month, we'll have a live physical Super Saturday. But for those of you who can't attend the Super Saturdays, if you can't get to the Super Saturdays, if you don't have Super Saturdays in your area, you will want to plug in to the first Super Saturday of the month. In fact, this is going to be a very special Super Saturday to be plugged into because we get a chance to get all of our top leaders from all over the country to be right here to present so that you can hear from the top leadership inside of myEcon. So I'm excited. I know everyone else is excited. We've got Mr. Ivy Stokes that's on standby. He's standing by and ready to give and present some great information. So without any further ado, Mr. Stokes, are you there?
Yes, sir. I am here.
All right, take it away.
All right, guys and ladies. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there today? All right, guys and ladies. Hey, I want to wish all of you a very, very happy new year. I'm sure you had a great holiday. I know that you did, as a matter of fact, because our computers went crazy down here over the last 2 weeks. It was absolutely amazing. But just want to really welcome all of you this morning. Hey, and if you are a myEcon rep out there, this is your first Super Saturday of any kind, I really want to welcome you out there today. But I also want to say welcome to all of our veteran associates and veteran leaders out there this morning. You know, the world has changed, and guess what? myEcon changes with the world. You know, we do a large percentage, I would say probably 60 or 70% of our new associates come in online now. So it just makes sense for us to do it this way. So that's what we're doing. We're growing to a new level. I can tell you guys something. Last night, I was like a 17-year-old getting ready to go to a prom or something. I couldn't sleep a wink, you know. I think I probably went to bed. I think I went to sleep. I went to bed about 1 o'clock, but I think I went to sleep closer to about 8 o'clock this morning. I wasn't nervous. It was just, I'm excited for all of the new growth that I'm seeing in myEcon and all the new things that I'm seeing in myEcon. And guys and ladies, we haven't even scratched the surface yet, okay? Because you're going to see us continue to expand in new industries, new product lines, all the way to our conference. And by the time we get to the conference in June 12th or 13th, myEcon is going to be a whole new company, you know. Exciting, moving, growing. And before I get into the other thing I want to talk about this morning, I just want to share just for a moment. Hey, I want to thank all of you for working so hard during the holiday promotion, and I also want to congratulate you on a tremendous amount of success. I mean, we had tremendous success during this great promotion. Almost 10,000 new recruits came in. We had Infinities out there that some of them added over 1,000 people on their team during this promotion. We had associates make over $50,000 during the promotion. So, you know, it was just a tremendous 8-week promotion. Very exciting, lots of growth, and really it's beyond words of what's going on here in myEcon. And I want to congratulate our leaders on that. And I want to congratulate you for this reason, guys and ladies. You know, what happens sometimes in sports, in life, in business is organizations get to a point and certain people have what they call designated status or designated positions, okay? But the truth of the matter is is that everybody should have the opportunity to move to the top. And guess what? New leaders move up. And it doesn't mean that the old leaders, it doesn't mean that the veteran leaders aren't, they're not there. It doesn't mean that they're not doing a great job, but sometimes people, it's kind of like the NBA, right? LeBron was right there at the top getting it all done, and then Steph Curry came in and the Warriors started winning, and then, and it goes back and forth. New people all the time, and then Kawhi came up. Well, guess what? That's the way business is, and myEcon has tremendous, new, motivated, young leadership. And when I'm talking about young guys, I'm talking age, but not necessarily age. I'm talking about new leaders are moving up in this company. And, and some people out there would have you believe that nobody's making money, but that's just foolishness. That's nonsense, okay? We have leaders making money in myEcon, but we have new leadership. We have new growth. And, and that's what it's all about. And the way you'll always know this is when other people are talking about you, that means you're doing something right. Okay? When other people can't get your name out their mouth, that means you on their mind. And the reason you on their mind is because they admire what you're doing, but they can't say it like that. They got to say that you're not doing anything of value. Okay? So I just want to congratulate all of our new leaders. And I want to welcome some more new leaders. We're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and continue to grow. And see, here's why. You hear me talk about it all the time. God has blessed myEcon and the people in myEcon. And what he blessed, that's the end of it, guys. God has blessed us to do this, okay? So let's go out, let's get it done, and let's change our world. And that's what it's all about. Let's make our world better. Let's make people in this world better off financially because they came into contact with myEcon and some great myEcon associate, okay? And I am so proud of all the things that all of you out there accomplishing. You're paying off debt, you're building great credit, you're investing money. They say you can judge a tree by the fruit. Well, guess what? The fruit is there. So what I want to do now before I use up all my time and they kick me off of this thing, guys, is I want to do a quick overview of our presentation. We may have guests out there this morning. I don't think so, but I just want to make a couple I want to overview the presentation very quickly so you can really start getting the key points in our presentation, okay? So I'm going to do the 7-minute version, but you can see me do this on Monday nights at 9 p.m. and on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Okay, we do a live webinar, and guys, it's great. Okay, we're getting a lot of recruiting done, so you can always get a quality presentation to somebody in myEcon. And we call ourselves, of course, myEcon, the personal financial success company, because that's what we do, guys and ladies. Okay, personal financial success. It does you no good to make money and not become financially successful. Okay, it does you no good to buy cars and houses and all that kind of stuff and not obtain personal financial success. And that's the business that myEcon is in. So, of course, myEcon's 15 years old. We're debt-free, technology-driven. We're based in Atlanta, and we've generated over helped our associates generate over $500 million, okay? And, of course, we work on personal financial success, helping people attain that. You see, a lot of companies, you get in and they want you to be a product salesperson, okay? But myEcon's goal, we measure everything based on how many people we help attain personal financial success. And of course, personal financial success is simply having enough cash flow to support our lifestyles during our working years and our retirement years, okay? So the bottom line is we've got to earn enough cash flow during our working years to support our lifestyle. Simultaneously, we've got to invest enough money so when we stop working, our assets and investments will continue to generate enough income for us to live. I was looking yesterday on the web on Yahoo, and they were talking about the average 401k in this country only had $60,000 in it. Now, we were talking about people that, that's been working 20, 25, 30 years, okay? So, that's the bottom line. And so it's really about simply attaining financial success by using the strategy. So if you're making $100,000 a year while you're working, and when you stop working, you're going to need $1 million in your investment account. So I want to ask you, every myEcon associate out there, are you investing? Are you saving money? Okay. If not, start today. You can go to fidelityinvestments.com. You can go to Fidelity, and you can get started with no minimum. Okay. No minimum, guys. No minimum. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm 60. Okay. I went into business when I was in my 20s. Start putting away 25 a month, 50 a month, 100 a month, whatever it is a month. But you have to invest like you live. You can't wait to build up this big pile of cash somewhere down the road and everything's going to be all right. It doesn't work that way. Okay, just like you pay your mortgage every month, you'll pay your rent every month, you buy groceries every month, you got to invest every month. Okay, guys, then ladies, that's what it's all about. I've been out here doing this a very long time, and there's a bunch of foolishness in this industry, and this foolishness and this huge mistake is that people want to convince people that, oh yeah, we're gonna make $1 zillion from commissions, and one day it's gonna be all right. No, they're gonna wake up one morning and they're gonna be 65 or 70, and they're not gonna have a retirement, and then they're gonna be in a mess. That's what's gonna happen. So start building your assets. Money for today and assets for tomorrow that will generate you ongoing money. Okay. Now, here's the situation, and this is the big point. This is the big point in our myEcon presentation. Okay? The situation in America today is that America is the wealthiest country in the world. Nobody's even close. America accounts for 25% of the world's wealth. America has over 12 million millionaires. Over 1,500 millionaires, 1,500 people become millionaires every day in America. Now, you would think with all this wealth that everybody would be doing fine, but that's not the case. As a matter of fact, as high as 75 to 80% of the people in this country are just getting by. They're week to week, payday to payday, okay? One of my good friends wrote payday to Monday, whatever, okay? It's all the same thing. And the question is why? Well, there's probably a lot of reasons, but I believe the number one reason, which is the key, is that America is a capitalistic society, which means most of the financial rewards go to business owners and investors. Unfortunately, most people are not business owners and they do very little investing, so that's why we have the situation that we have. myEcon's got a solution. That's why myEcon exists. Okay, our solution is business income and smart financial strategies. Now, you might think, well, how is that going to help me? Well, what could an extra $1,000 a month or more do for your budget? Okay, you could use the $1,000 to pay off debt quick, and pretty soon you'd have the money that used to go to debt and the $1,000, your finances would change. Or you could start investing that extra money, that extra $1,000 a month or more. And then pretty soon that those investments would generate a new income stream, and you'd end up in a much better financial position. You see, most companies out here, and there's a lot of foolishness going on right now with people going around the country saying, well, it's just about business income. No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Look around. Look, only a small percentage of the people are going to make millions of dollars in whatever they do. Only a small percentage of the people are going to make $200,000-300,000 a year or $100,000 a year. They got jobs. They got families. Everybody doesn't have the same talent level. Without the smart financial strategies, it's foolishness. Business income and smart financial strategies. That's what it's all about, okay? So we have two ways to help you get the cash flow. The first is the income shifting membership, and the second is earn business income. Of course, we got the 5 strategies: correct tax withholding, minimize taxes via the cash flow manager, eliminate debt, build credit, and investment education. 5 strategies. All 5 of those strategies are going to put money back into your pocket, okay? So, and then of course, business income. Now, we have a great compensation system. Nobody in the industry pays out as much money. As a matter of fact, even today, we still pay out more upfront than we bring in, okay? Now, starting with your second recruit, you can get up to $40 on personal enrollees. So if somebody's gonna sign up for $49.95, we're gonna pay you $25 immediately on personal enrollees, but then there's another $15 bonus. And that bonus comes in the form of $75 on every 5 that pay 1 month. So now you're talking $40 right there on a $49.95. But remember, there's other people getting paid in the upline, 5 other people getting paid. So it's still over 100% payout, okay? Now up to $30 on team enrollees and up to $8 monthly residual income. Nobody has a compensation system that pays as much as myEcon, okay? Nobody has a compensation system that's as easy to get promoted in as myEcon. And that's what it's all about. Folks, we got a head start in the game, okay? See, people gonna shoot at us. Why? Because we the lead team out there, okay? See, ain't nobody talking about the scrubs. Ain't nobody talking about the team that's, that don't have anything going. The only reason they talk about you is because you got something going. So you need to give them something to talk about. So let's give them more to talk about, okay? Now, that's just an example of the compensation, okay? Of how much you can get paid. 10 enrollees could pay you up to $400 a week, okay? And up to $3,500 a month, $50, $2,000, $20,000 a month. Folks, we have people in myEcon and always have that's making $400, $500, $600, $700, $800,000 plus $2,000 a week right now. Now, some people would have you think, well, if that's not happening in myEcon anymore. It's not happening to everybody, and it never did happen to everybody. Okay? We pay people who perform, independent of their name, independent of their age, independent of their technique. You produce the business, you get the pay. It's just that simple, okay? So, and then of course we have great retail products, okay? And we're gonna add more. So to add it all up, we got weekly commissions, retail residual income, and the income shifting membership that pays you, okay? And just in case we do have any guests out there today, I don't see how they would be, but they may be streaming to somebody, is when you sign up, you get a personalized website, our world-class business system, the income shifting membership, and of course the membership has a tax withholding, so you can see if you can get some immediate cash flow, the cash flow manager app, debt elimination software, my credit system, investment education, and because of our special promotion going forward now until our conference, you can get started for a one-time fee of $49.95. 30 days later, you start paying the $34.95, which is just a little over $1 a day to make money in business and totally change your personal finances. And of course, it's all tax deductible. So that's the myEcon presentation. You've got the talking points, you got the presentation in your back office, but even more important than that, guys, every Monday I do a call, every Wednesday I do a webinar. Alvin's got them, leaders all over the country got them, and folks, we want to light up America with myEcon, okay? We want to light up America with myEcon. On the web, off the web, everywhere. Look, we're in the best position of any business in America, okay? Because the situations that Americans in, only our system can solve, okay? Here's what I mean by that, okay? We got more student loan debt than ever. So even the millennials are caught up in this thing. They're not gonna make enough money from corporate America to pay off the debt. They gotta use some other strategy. Wages in corporate America are not gonna rise rapidly. So it's not gonna happen in corporate America, okay? They're not gonna go out and just become superstar salespeople and make $1 zillion, a few will, maybe one out of every 10,000, 20,000. Okay. Yeah, maybe one out of every 10,000, 20,000, they're going to get the perfect corporate job. They're going to be all right. But folks, I'm talking about 75, 80% of these people, millions of people. We got more credit card debt than we ever had. We got more corporate debt than we ever had. We're all out of bullets. They got to use a different strategy. And myEcon's got the perfect strategy because we're getting the cash flow to solve the financial issues from another source. We're getting it from taxes. We're getting it from debt. We're shifting the money back to our households. And we're getting it from the marketplace in the form of business income. We got a multi-front attack on people's finances. And the system works because we have the fruit to prove it. It's not one bullet, just commissions. It's the whole thing. Now, let me show you this last thing I want to show you before I'm all out of time here, okay? All right, so I guess I need to do a new share or something like that. Oh, you saw it. All right, good deal. Hey, guys and ladies, I really need to thank Mr. Collier because he saves me all the time, you know? Technology, my goodness. You would think that I went to No Tech instead of Georgia Tech. If they knew that my technology skills are where they are, they would throw me out the Alumni Association. All right, but let's get started here, guys. This is what I want to show you. Income shifting is what we talk about all the time. You know, smart financial strategies. I want to show you the power of those strategies, okay? I want to show you why that's so important. Okay, you just brought in 10,000 people out there around this country. You got 50 new people on your team, 100 new people on your team, 1,000 new people on your team. Folks, you want to introduce them to income shifting. You want to introduce them to smart financial strategies. You want to introduce them as to why their business is their best investment, okay? Now, you also want to teach them to build a business. But I'm telling you, that's going to take longer for most people than income shifting. They can start income shifting tomorrow. They can start that next week. That's why it's so important, okay? Now, why do we say that this business income is smart financial strategy? Because your business is your best investment. Why? Okay? Let's do some math on this. I'm going to take very conservative numbers, okay? Very conservative numbers. Do some math here. Now, you come in myEcon, and your first step is, in Quick Start, is change your W-4, okay? So you change your W-4, you get $200, okay? If you're self-employed out there, then you need to take $200 out your check, and you need to start this. You take $200 and you put it into an investment plan. Now, I know that the average change on the W-4 is more like $350 to $500, but I'm doing $200 to make it conservative, okay? I'm using a low number, okay? Obviously, if the number is higher, then the percentages go up. Then the scenario is better. But I'm using low numbers so everybody can start, all right? And even if you do $100, it's still great, but I'm gonna do $200. So that's 20, you change your W-4 and you get $200 a month. You put that into some type of retirement account, IRA, okay? A 401k, a 403b, TSA, something that's tax deductible. If you're self-employed, a SEP or simple, okay? And you can find out about all those, okay? Gotta put $2,400 in there. Now, of that $2,400 in there, I'm assuming that we're in the 25% tax bracket. That means $1,800 of that $2,400 that went in is your money, and $600 would have gone to taxes, okay? Because if you're in the 25% tax bracket, 25% of each dollar you earn that's taxable goes to the government. So if 2,400 went in, 1,800 was really your money already, that even if you didn't put it in, you could have just given the government $600 in taxes and you could have kept 1,800. But because you put the whole 2,400, $200 a month into your retirement account, you get to keep the whole 2,400, okay? 1,800 was your money, period, and 600 was taxes. So that strategy just made you or saved you $600, okay? Now, step two, the money's in the account. It's not there all year. and we're on the first year. So I said 2,400 return on investment is $150. I just did a conservative number, 5-6%, something like that, because the money's not in there all year. Okay. See, that could be at your 401k, your 403b. It could be with T. Rowe Price, whoever, or maybe you know some good financial advisor. Okay, but don't pay a whole bunch of fees. Now, in your business for the whole year, you get $5,000 in tax deductions. You're in the 25% tax bracket. So if you made $100,000 on job and business combined or whatever, it's going to lower your taxable income by $5,000. If you made $50,000, it's going to lower your taxable income by $5,000. Okay. So the bottom line is that $5,000 in tax deductions will save you $1,250 cash money. Now, if you don't have those deductions, then you owe $1,250 more in taxes. Okay. So that's $1,250 that you just earned right there. Now, $5,000, once again, that's super conservative. You know, hey, most people write off $10,000, $15,000 or even more. So I did a low number. This can help anybody. You see? All right. Then business income. I'm saying you weren't very good in business. You only made $500 the whole year. Okay? $500 the whole year. So that's, 8 or 10 recruits, or you 2 or 3 recruits and they recruited 2 or 3, $500 the whole year. Real low income. Okay? I did that intentionally because I want to show that you can succeed. You can succeed no matter who you are. And if you let your team know this, your retention will be great and your growth will be great. And you'll see some people that took them a little while to get going. Jeanette Butler, she's a hard worker. She was never a great recruiter in the early days, but she's a millionaire. She's a millionaire. We got a lot of people like that. I'm gonna start a new show. I don't know if it's gonna be on YouTube or Facebook Live or whatever, but I'm gonna be marching myEcon successful people across the stage. Okay, I'm gonna be doing interviews everywhere I go. Okay, and that's gonna be the show. We're gonna light America up with myEcon success stories. This system works. Okay. Now add all that up. That's $2,500. $600 from investing your own money. Okay. All right. $2,450 in interest, $1,250 in tax savings, $500 from the business, $2,500. Now, $2,500 divided by $500. I know it doesn't cost $500 to be in myEcon for a year. Even at $49.95 was first month, and then $34.95 a month for 11 more months. That's not $500, but I put 500 to make the math easy. Okay, I like simple stuff. 2,500 divided by $500. That's a 500% return on your money. 500%. You see, folks, if you're going to become a millionaire, if you're going to become financially successful, you got to learn to grow money like a capitalist. And one of the tools that capitalists use to grow their money is a business, because it lowers your taxes. It gives you leverage. And they also use smart financial strategies. Strategy trumps sales. You're not going to become a millionaire. You're not going to get where you want to get if you only going to use one tool. And that tool is, well, I'm just going to try to sell my way to the top. Oh, folks, I can sell, right? I love to sell. I've been doing it 40 years. But it's all the tools. Look around at the millionaires in the world. Look around at the billionaires in the world. They're using the whole platform, okay? See, they do this. Even they do this. They're just doing it at a different level with different numbers. I just started with low numbers. I do this. I just do it at different numbers now. Okay? But in the early days, I did it with the small numbers. Now, take the same $500, $49.95 and $34.95 a month, and put it in the bank at 2%. And you'll make $10 the whole year. So right here where I have $25, you'd have $10 divided by 500. 2%, not 500%. This is what the capitalists are doing. So now you got $4,300 of capital at the end of the year. Okay, the $1,800 that was already your money, plus the $2,500 you created using the strategies and the business, that's $4,300. Now you can roll that money and start growing that money. That's how you go in 2 years, 3 years, and become financially successful or a millionaire in 10 or 12 years without being a super salesperson. But I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a secret this morning. This will make you a super salesperson. Because when you start talking about, I'm growing my money at 500% a year, I can show you how to make 500% a year on money, on your money. And then you start using this to show it to them. And you use examples to help them get it. People say, how do you do that? And they sign up. You see, this is a sales tool. The strategy is a sales tool. Because if you can help somebody grow their money at 500% instead of 2%, boom, you got them. Now, watch what happens when you use this. What if you start doing this and your recruiting goes up. So you make 5,000 in the business instead of 500. You see, got the same, I just kept the other numbers the same, even though you would have more money to put into the retirement account. You'd have more money to put in the lifestyle. You'd make more interest. I just kept the numbers. You'd get more than 5,000 in tax deduction to save the 1,250. I just kept those numbers consistent though, just to show you a point. You make 5,000 in business. Now you got 7,000 in cash flow. Now your rate of return goes up to 1,400%. Now your working capital is $8,800. You can diversify into other type of investments now, because now you got some working capital. This right here this will be 90, just these small numbers that I had over there a while ago, okay, the $4,300 will beat 95% of all the networkers in the world. These numbers right here with the 8,800, that'll beat 97% of all the networkers in the world. Now we love networking and we can sell, but they got to work together. They got to work together. I've been in this industry a long time and I've seen the real facts. Because you see people, they jump from company to company every 2 to 3 years, every 6 to 18 months. Guys, folks that's got money, folks that's financially stable, they ain't hopping and skipping and jumping. They don't need to. They're not hopping and skipping and jumping. They don't need to. When you see somebody hopping and skipping and jumping and flipping and flopping and running here and running there, oh well, you know what the deal is. You got to take care of your money. Business income, you make $25,000. See, because when you start showing people you're growing your money, people gonna follow you. Now you got 27,000. See, 600, same 600, same 150, same, but you got 25,000. That's $27,000. Now you're ready to return, go up to 5,400. Folks, keep that up for 5 years, 6 years, and you're sitting there with $250,000 in your investment account. You have no debt. Your finances are great. You see, take a 7 to 10 year perspective to become a millionaire, a real millionaire. See, understand what's going on out here. Don't go for the okie doke. Don't go for the foolishness. You got to grow your money. There's 10 million, no 100 million stories around America about people who, man, I used to do this. Man, I used to do that. Man, I used to have this. Man, I used to have that. Man, I accomplished this. And the end of the conversation is always the same. But they don't say they say somebody else messed them up because they don't want to take responsibility. But the truth is, they messed up. Take care of your money. This is Ivy. Hey guys, I'm so glad you joined us this morning. And you're going to learn so much about income shifting and investing. I want to thank Mr. Collier. He is absolutely the best VP of marketing in the history of marketing. And he's done a tremendous job. I tell him all the time, I appreciate him. And what he did was he gave our message and gave our voice an opportunity to be heard because he understands technology. And I appreciate that so very much, okay? So I'm supposing it's time now for somebody else to get ready to come on and do what they gotta do. And boy, I tell you, I'm fired up. I couldn't sleep a bit last night. I'm like a kid in a candy store. So Mr. Collier, back to you.
All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, was that not awesome? Just some great, exciting information from our co founder, Mr. Ivy Stokes. He knows 100% of this business because he created the business. And he is a super smart individual when it comes to taking your money and learning how to maximize that money. So we're going to keep moving on. And this person that I've got on the call today that I want to introduce to you. Man, this guy has been with myEcon since the very beginning. Since the very beginning. In fact, he started with humble beginnings, as he will tell you. He started from humble beginnings. He will tell you that he was actually broke when he got started. However, with the income shifting membership, he was able to increase his cash flow. He was able to increase his credit score by several hundred points, not just a few points, by several hundred points. Ladies and gentlemen, he's come a long way from those days of being broke. He's no longer broke, I promise you that. He's earned over 7 figures in cash flow since being with myEcon. And today, this morning, you will see how poised and polished he is on his delivery. He knows 100% of the information that he's going to share with you today. In fact, he was hand selected to conduct today's W4 training. You know, the W4 training is the foundation. It is the first step in the income shifting membership. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Detroit, Michigan, I introduce you to my friend and CEO Infinity, Mr. John Pettiford Ale. John, are you there?
I am here. I am here. Can you hear me well? Can you hear
I
me
can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be on the platform today. I'm very happy to be here. Glad to be able to help and teach on this class this morning. And what I want to say before I even get started is this is one of the most important steps in myEcon. This is not the total income shifting. Sometimes people get it mixed up. They get it confused. They think, well, I changed my W4, now I've income shifted. No, that's the first step. You have to do something after that first step. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Ivy has already alluded to that. And what are you going to do with that money? So the first thing I want to say, let's really deal with the elephant in the room. That is the new W4. Okay. So if you've not gone out to the IRS website, okay, you can find it here. You go right here to the IRS website and you click right here on Form W4. Now, last year it looked one way. This year it looks totally different, totally different, totally different. So if we get here, we pull it up, this is what it looks like. But what I want to say here is this looks very, very confusing, right? It's got a whole bunch of lines, it's a whole bunch of words. Then you get to the back here, it's a whole bunch of tables and numbers. And think about it, the last one didn't look like this and people were confused on that one. Now I guarantee you they're going to be confused on this one. But the great thing about it is you have myEcon to help you through this whole process. The great thing about it is also the IRS has put some tools together to make this whole process very easy. But what I want to say is there's some very key things that you want to understand, okay? If you've been around in myEcon for a little while and you've always used the form, let's move away from that. Let's migrate to the technology status. Hey, let's migrate to how do we do this with ease? Because you want your new people, you want everybody to be able to go through this whole system and this process with ease, because when we have a simple system, more people can do it, we get more duplication. And what's most important is now you start to get success in your cash flow. Because when your new people come in, if they don't get this done, and you want to kind of walk them through this, kind of help them through it, answer questions, but if they don't get this done, they'll be coming back to you 25 days, 30 days from now, 45 days, and they'll be saying, well, I didn't get much value. It didn't really help me very much. And if we get them locked in, we get them $200, $300, $400, $500 back into their paycheck. Well, hey, guess what we got? We got some cash. We got something that we can work with. We can say, okay, they're having success, because it's all about cash flow, not just commissions. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to navigate to the IRS website here. Okay. So now we're on the IRS website. We're going to go all the way down here to where it says do a paycheck checkup. Now, remember, a new W4 form should be done every year or when your financial situation changes. Okay. Guess what? It is now a new year. So everybody that did one 6 months ago, guess what? It's time to do one again. if you did one 2 months ago, 9 months ago, it's time to do one again, okay? And when you get in here, it starts to talk about some tax law changes and stuff. You can read through this, okay? But before you begin, now I take a lot of people through the quick start, and I take them through this W-4 process inside the quick start. I think that's a real easy way to do it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done in 24 to 48 hours, because we want them to start getting some cash flow within 10 to 14 days. So they can say, hey, I joined that myEcon thing. It's giving me great success. I'm having fun. Things are happening, right? But before we even get into it, look, it says why use the estimator, okay? So let's talk about it, okay? It says why. So let me move this little thing out of the way here. All right. It says the IRS encourages everyone to use the tax withholding estimator to perform a paycheck checkup. This will help you make sure that you have the right amount of tax withheld from your paycheck. Some people say, well, they taking too many taxes. Well, guess what? You tell them how much to pay by how you fill out the form, okay? Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, hold on, guys. That was supposed to be off there. Sorry. I don't know. My computer's linked up to my my phone. Okay, so it says there are several reasons to check your withholding. Checking your withholding can help you protect against having too little tax withheld or facing an unexpected tax bill or penalty at tax time. At the same time, you may prefer to have less tax withheld up front, so you receive more in your paycheck. Okay, so you want your money up front. You don't want to have them holding on to your money all year long. And it says, when should you use the estimator? Okay, now we're going to get into the estimator, but I think I got to lay some ground rules first. If you change your W-4 withholding for 2019, the IRS reminds you to be sure to recheck your withholding at the start of 2020. We're at the start of 2020. A mid-year withholding change in 2019 will have a different full year impact in 2020. So if you do file a new form W-4 for 2020, your withholding might be higher. I mean, if you don't, it says your withholding might be higher or lower than you intend. So this is why we're going to do this. So everybody in myEcon that has a W-4, okay? Everybody in myEcon that has a W-4, you want to go out and fill out a new one, okay? And I would do it probably in the next few days here. Wait till you get your first paycheck. Now, here's what you need. You're going to need your most recent pay stub. I will wait until you get the first one inside this year, 2020, okay? So when everything starts over, because what this calculator is doing, or the estimator is doing, is taking a real-time snapshot, okay, of where you are. How much have you paid in? What's coming out of the check? If you do it on last year's check, for example, that's like right before the year change, well, that's taking all the stuff into account last year. It's not talking about right now. So you want to wait to your first check that you got in this year, and you want to have that paycheck, and let's go ahead and go through the estimator. Okay, so we're going to go through the estimator and do a quick example right here. Okay, my time is moving real fast, so I'm gonna have to go through this, but we're going to have this recorded so you'll be able to look at it. Now, it says about your filing status. So in this example, we're doing a married filing jointly. Okay, so based on whatever your situation is, you put yours in there. Okay, so married filing jointly, boom. Can someone else claim you as a dependent on their tax return? My answer is going to be no. Now, if you have questions about any of these questions, there's a little question mark here, okay? You click it, it gives you more information, okay? Now, dependents. Do you have any dependents that you're going to claim on your tax return? In this example, my answer is going to be yes, okay? Because I'm going to have 2 children. So now, how many dependents do you anticipate claiming on your tax return this year? So this year, I want to claim both of them. Now, your situation may be different. You're not going to put exactly the same things that I'm doing here. You're going to answer based on your scenario, okay? Income. Do you or will you or your spouse hold a job this year with paychecks with federal income tax that will be regularly withheld? The answer is going to be yes. So do we have taxes coming out that check? Yes. How many jobs do you expect to hold this year? I only have 1 job, okay? How many jobs does your spouse expect to hold this year? Well, she's going to have 1 job, okay? So we're just kind of going through here. See, this is much easier than just looking at that form. That form is not as accurate, even if you were looking at the new form this year or even last year. This is the most accurate way to do that. And I'm telling you, everybody, somebody called me yesterday. They said, man, have you seen the new W-4? Have you taken anybody through it yet? What you need to do is get away from the form, because this thing is going to fill the form out for you by just answering questions. It's doing a lot of things in the background, okay? And even as a new person, you want to go through this and understand how this works. Will I get a pension? No, I'm not old enough to get a pension, so I'm going to say no, okay? Check all that apply to you and your spouse, okay? So these are other sources of income. Now, this is very important. It says right here, net self-employment income. Well, a new person in myEcon, they're not really going to know how much income they're going to make from myEcon, so they shouldn't do anything there. Now, let's say you drive Uber or something, though, and you're making $2,000 a month part-time while you're working your job. Well, you might want to put that in here, okay? But most times, people don't have all this other stuff, okay? Scholarships, Social Security benefits. So we just kind of go down through here. In my example, I don't have any of this, so I'm not checking any of these boxes. My demographics, I will be 65. The answer is going to be no. I hope I don't look 65, okay? My spouse, she's not 65. I'm much younger than 65. She's much younger. So I'm hoping that that's good. Blind, I can see what I'm doing right here. So I'm not checking that. So we'll go right down here to next. Okay, now it's going to ask me some questions about my job. Okay, about my job. Man, time does fly. So let's look at this. Do you expect to hold this job for the entire year? Yes. I don't plan on getting fired or quitting. Okay. How frequently are you paid? I'm paid every 2 weeks. Now, every 2 weeks and twice monthly are not the same thing. So you see there's a difference here. You check which one that applies to you. Okay, so I got every 2 weeks. On what date did your most recent pay period end? So now this is where your pay stub comes into play. So when you're doing a quick start orientation with somebody, maybe you're doing it over the web, you're doing a webinar like this and you're helping them get quick started, right? You want to prep them, say, hey, get your most recent paycheck stub. So we'll go through that W-4. We'll get it all squared away while we're doing the quick start. You don't want them to be unprepared and say, well, I don't have my pay stub. I don't know where to get one. So maybe 2 or 3 days prior to, doing the quick start or whatever, or the day before, let them know. Go online, get your pay stub, do what you got to do. So let's go ahead and put a date in here. All right. We'll say it's the 3rd. Okay. So we got paid yesterday in this example. All right. It says enter the total number of wages you expect this year. Okay. So we got to know how much are we planning to get paid for the year. In this example, the first spouse is $40,000. Okay. We expect to get $40,000 for the year. Now, how many bonuses? Well, I got one of those jobs. They don't offer bonuses, right? So we're not putting anything there. But if you do have something, you may have something here. Okay. Now, using your last pay statement, enter the total federal income taxes withheld. So here's my total. All right. My total, since this is the beginning of the year. So I'm going to say $250 was taken out of this check for federal taxes. Okay. Now, from the last check, all right. Yeah, that's year to date. And then it says from last check. So what was it in the period? So the total cumulatively would be year to date. And then the last check would be this pay period. Since it's all the same thing, okay, I got the same number here because we're getting started right now. This is the beginning of the year. This will be my first paycheck. But your number might not have the same too when we're dealing with somebody in February or March or something like that, right? So that's why these numbers are looking the same. Yours may not look like this or the person you're working with, okay? Do you or will you contribute to a deferred retirement plan? Okay, tax deferred retirement plan. I'm going to just say no here, okay? Now, they may have something. Do you contribute to an HSA? Sometimes people say, well, what is an HSA? Well, if you got to ask, you probably don't have one, okay? But that's a health savings account. But in this example, I'm saying no, all right? So that deals with me. But now we got to deal with the spouse. So we click on this. See, when all those tables on that back side of the form that I just showed you, that's what all this stuff deals with. But here, you're just answering questions. If you're going down through tables and all that, see, that makes our business look way more complicated than it needs to be. And our business is not complicated. It is a very simple business. So now we still just do it right from here. And I'm going to show you how easy at the end of this process that it's going to make for the W-4 correction. Now, does your spouse hold a job for the whole year? Yes. Okay. How frequently is your spouse paid? My spouse is paid every 2 weeks. All right. On what date did your spouse most recent paycheck end? So we're going to go right here. Same thing on that Friday, the 3rd. Okay. What's the total wages? 60,000. So the wife makes a little more in this example. Now, enter any bonuses. I have none. Okay. You may have some, but I have none. Using your last pay statement, enter the total federal income tax withheld. All right. So now let's go here and put the total here. So this one will be a little more because this is a higher income, right? So I got 375 year to date because it's the beginning of the year. And then the last check is going to be the same, 375. But remember, again, those numbers are not always going to be the same. I'm just doing it in this example based on the time frame, what we're doing now. Now, she didn't do any tax deferred retirement plan. She didn't do anything here with HSA. The answer is no. So now we go to next. Now here's what you want to do. You want to see the adjustments. These are adjustments to income, okay? So we look at these adjustments because you want to know what's down in here. Now, let's say that person has some student loan interest that they're paying, okay, that they plan on paying for the year. Well, that's going to go here, okay? If they got educator expenses, that's going to go here. See, these things will adjust the withholding down, okay? Okay, so it's not, it's like it's an adjustment. But now, health savings deduction outside of what you already put in there, all right? That's nothing. But now right here, alimony. Somebody may have some alimony, okay? So they got to look at these things. But now, right here, I want you to make a note of this right here. It says certain business credits for reservists, performing artists, okay, and fee-based government officials. Now, they used to have one that was worded a little differently, but on this new one, they don't have it here. So we have to kind of do an improvisation, okay? But here's what we're going to do here. I want you to just make a note of this. This is where you would use an area that you can put a projection of your tax deductions for your business in myEcon. And this is one of the X factors and beauties of what we do here at this company, because now you can start estimating what you think you might have in deductions. All right. And we'll put it here and it'll adjust that thing again. And now you get more money back into your paycheck. But right now, for the first part of this example, we're leaving it blank. Okay. So let's keep moving. All right. Deductions from income, standard deduction, right? Now, they may take the itemized deduction, but most people are probably going to take the standard deduction, folks, because remember, they doubled the standard deduction in the previous year and they capped a lot of stuff at 10,000. So most people, the standard deduction is going to be higher. It's going to give them a better advantage. So most people are probably taking the standard, but somebody may be trying to take itemized and they can do either or. So we're going to take the standard deduction in this scenario. So that's going to give us a $24,800 deduction. Okay. Now let's move on to next credits. We do want to see the credits. All right. So we want to click this button. Okay. To see credits. All right. Child and dependent related. Now you stated that you have 2 dependents. So see, it's telling me, hey, you said you had 2 dependents. So you probably need to have 2 of them on here or something's going on. So that's why it's already open for me. See, this is much more simpler, easier to use, and easier to understand than the form. So now, the child tax credit, okay? So I got 2 children under 17 in this example. So I'm going to click this drop-down button, boom, and put 2. Very simple. All this stuff about maybe I got some daycare and stuff like that. I'm not putting anything in here right now, but your situation or the person you're sitting there talking to may be different. But for this example, I'm not putting anything in there, okay? Earned income credit. This income is a fairly decent high income, okay? Because, you know, you put those 2 together, it's 100,000. So, you know, they might not have much going on with this earned income credit. I'm going to leave that blank. But if it was somebody with a lower income or something like that, or they think they're going to be qualified, but here's what they can do. They can click on the little question button and they can click it. And it's going to tell them more information about that. In this example, we're leaving that one alone. And we're going down here to these other ones, right? So you see foreign tax credit. You know, most people might not have stuff going on all these, but you can look at them. But in this example, we're not doing anything with them, okay? Alternative minimum tax, energy efficient vehicles, nothing with that. We're going forward, boom. Now, look at what happened. It gave me a clear understanding of something. Now, here's what's great, okay? Here's what's great. Now they say I got 5 minutes here, so I got to really do some good deal going on here, right? All right. Now, it says the expected tax withholding. So I'm expected, based on what I put in here, I'm going to pay the IRS plus dollars. Okay. My anticipated tax obligation, this is what I'm supposed to pay them, $4,632 based on what I put in here. So I'm going to overpay by 11,000 plus dollars. Okay. And it says I'm going to get a refund. So what this does for the new person, it gives them, see, when we start explaining stuff to people, they may or may not take it for face value. But when we do it on this website, guess what? All this comes from the IRS. So they have more, this has more credibility because it's third party. So they won't be saying, well, myEcon said, John said, Angela said, right? They're going to say, well, the IRS said. So the IRS just told me that I'm going to get a refund. And when I get this refund, it means I overpaid. So now they clearly understand the refund means I overpaid taxes. See, we're in a scenario in America where most people are conditioned to think that a refund is good, and the bigger the refund they think is the better. Well, really, it's just the opposite. Okay, so now we go down here. It says, are you happy with these results? Well, I'm not happy with this. I don't want the IRS to hold $11,000 of my money. Okay, so what we do is we take this and we slide this all the way down. See, we want to adjust our results. So we want to get close to zero, right? So now what we're doing here, it says, okay, I don't want no big refund. I don't want that. I want to get my cash now. $11,000 is a lot of money on a monthly basis. It's a lot of money on a monthly basis. All right. Now it says how to adjust your withholding. Look at this. Boom. How to adjust. So it tells you exactly how to fill out the W-4 form. It says, put this on this number, put this on this line. On line 3, put 479. And if that's not easy enough, just guess what? Look at this. Boom. It says download a pre-filled W-4 form. So you don't have to be trying to go through all those tables. If you just click the button, bam, look at this. We open this baby up. You should be able to see it. Okay. And there's the W-4. And on line 3, it has the number that we should put in here. It has the number right there. Boom. That's all you need to do. What they need to do is fill out that top, bam, sign at the bottom, turn in. You're done. You're done, right? Okay. But now here's the thing. Here's something else you want to see. Look at this. It says, I'm going to get $274 less taken out of my check for taxes on the first job here, on this job. And then the other one here, okay, 210 less. So we get paid twice a week, right? I mean, twice a month. So that's 274 times 2. This is 210 times 2. You add all that together, that's the cash flow. See, we increase the cash flow by just doing this correction. But real quick, I got to go back here. I only got a couple of minutes. Now, let me go back. Let me show you something. Let's go back here in this example to the adjustments. Let's put our home-based business on here. Boom. Now you remember what that total was, okay? I think it was 11,000 overpayment. So now let's put $5,000 here. $5,000 is a great, easy number to put in here. That's very conservative for getting started. See, on just mileage, most people will do $6,000 or $7,000 in deductions on just mileage. Pretty easy, okay? So for example, you drove your car 15,000, 16,000 miles, right? 15,000. Let's write off 80% of those miles for business. That's not hard to do. Well, let's say that's about 12, 13,000. This is 12,000 miles, okay? You get at least 50 cents a mile, but this year is 57 and a half, but at least 50 cents to make the math real easy, all right? So that'll be $6,000 in tax deductions for just driving the car. That don't even include the cell phone bill, the internet bill, okay, business meals. It don't include paying your child. So putting $5,000 here is relatively low. But what this does, it takes into account that you're going to have some adjustments here because you got a Schedule C coming up. So we put that on here, and let's go back here to the end. Boom. Look at this. Now my overpayment jumped to 12,000. See, putting a home-based business on here saved me money. See, the tax obligation is lower. Now we go here. Let's scroll this back again. Boom. Take it all the way down. Look, 217 less and 292 less. All right, every paycheck, twice a month. Add that all together. Let's say we got another $800-900, right? Let's go here. Boom. You can take that and go to your payment calculator in here, okay? Debt payment. So go right here, go to the income shifting membership. Now let's see how this works. Let's go to the debt elimination calculator. Boom. You're going to put your stuff in here, all your debts. Okay, this is an example here. We got all kind of stuff. We got furniture, cars, student loans, everything, right? Let's go in here. Boom. Let's take let's say it's $800 and calculate. Boom. Now look at this. It did a debt elimination plan for you. Take the $800, slap it on this. Boom. In 4 months, this one's done. In 11 months, this one's done. 17 months, this one's done. Took us 97 months to get this thing done here, right? $255,000 in debt. Okay, we adjusted. See, this is the second part of income shifting. The first part was filling out the W-4. Now we took the money and did something with it. You could take some of that money and do a debt elimination plan. Now, Ivy showed you this. I got to show this other example here that we got to move. We got to move. Okay, let's go down here to tools. Let's go here to calculators. Okay, all this stuff is in your back office, folks. Periodic monthly investment. Let's take that $800. Let's get 9% return in the market because we got investment training. We're not doing that today, but we got that, right? Let's do that for the next 20 years of our life. That's income shifting. This has nothing to do with a downline. Look what happened. myEcon was a $534,000 decision. It's not a $13.95 decision. It's not a $34.95 a month decision. It's not a $49 decision. myEcon is a several $100,000 decision based on a process, based on strategy. You see, you made the best decision in your life to join this company. And you're just getting started. Now, see, on this process, you're going to get better with your finances. You're going to walk a little different. You're going to feel a little different. Guess what? You're going to be able to talk to people and they're going to be recruited because of your testimony. You see, that's myEcon. See, this is the beauty. This is the core of myEcon. You can change your life. Even if you can't build a big old downline. Yeah, I build downlines and stuff for a living, but everybody not like me. Everybody's not like Ivy. But guess what? You can run a strategy. Everybody that joined this company can fill out a W-4 if they got one. Everybody can take the savings and put it on debt if they got some. Everybody can take the savings and put it in their investment if they got one, if they want to. See, we got 100% opportunity for those that want it. All right. I think I'm 3 minutes over. I got to turn the thing back over. I got to stop sharing. All right.
All right, Mr. John Pettiford L. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we got a lineup of powerhouse speakers today. John tore the W-4 up, did a fantastic job on that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, don't let the government, don't let the news have you fooled into thinking that the W-4 is some big scary beast. John just proved to you that the W-4 can easily be completed. And you know what? I think the W-4 calculator this year is better than it was in 2019 because they fill the W-4 out for you. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that. Then John showed you how to take that money that you get from the W-4, put it on some debt. Go ahead and eliminate some debt. Now, what he did not tell you is that paid off the house as well. And John, I think that was, what was that, 8 years or 10 years?
Yeah, I think it was 8 years.
8 years paying off all the debt, including a mortgage. Ladies and gentlemen, that's income shifting. And then he took that money and said, well, what if I invest that money at an 8% rate of return? That's over $500,000 during retirement. And this is your money. That's without recruiting anybody. That's without selling anything. That's what income shifting has the power to do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in to the next person that I want to bring on the line today, because he is actually applying and has applied all of the strategies that John just talked about. This person is probably the nicest guy in all of myEcon. He's the type of guy that would go out of his way to help you. In fact, early in my myEcon days, he helped me quick start a young lady who lived in his area. In fact, the woman actually worked at his job, and she had joined my team through one of my members. And he just helped her and helped her get quick started. Not only is he a stand-up guy, but he's also a myEcon EVP Infinity. He's eliminated a ton of debt. He's cash flowed over $500,000 since being in myEcon. Listen, I'm not going to tell you his story. Instead, I'm going to let him give his amazing testimony about what myEcon has done for him and his family. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. EVP Infinity, Keith Tucker. Keith, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, we can hear you loud and clear. It's yours, Keith.
Perfect, perfect. First of all, I want to say good morning, myEcon. Good morning. I'm excited to be here. And before I start, I want to first give it back to the leadership of myEcon and Mr. Stokes, Mr. Carey, Mr. Gates, and Mr. Collier. They're doing some phenomenal things in myEcon, and I'm very honored to be part of this amazing company. And I just want to tell you, you are part of amazing company as well. So I want to share with you my journey in myEcon. It has been phenomenal. The first thing I want to share with you is before myEcon, I was struggling financially. I was living paycheck to paycheck, borrowing from Paul to pay Peter, and I was struggling to make ends meet. And lo and behold, a great opportunity called myEcon was presented to me, just like it was presented to you all, and it literally changed my life. I want to share with you real quick 4 areas that myEcon helped change my finances. The first thing that myEcon did for me was, believe it or not, before myEcon, I had over $100,000 worth of debt. Yes, you heard me correctly, $100,000 worth of debt. Now that debt included 2 car loans that were 5 years, 5-year car loans. There was credit card debt and also some loans that I had. $100,000 worth of debt. But guess what? I started utilizing the strategies, the software, and the system of myEcon. And believe it or not, in my first year in myEcon, I eliminated all $100,000 of that debt. You heard me correctly. I eliminated over $100,000 worth of debt. Now, let me tell you another good thing that happened from that. Before myEcon, I was paying $2,400 a month to service that debt, making the loan companies and the credit card companies rich. But because I eliminated that debt, that freed up $2,400 and created a positive $2,400 for me, building me and my family wealth. So that's the first thing that myEcon did for me. $100,000 of debt gone in 1 year. The second thing that myEcon did for me, before myEcon, I had a credit score of 520. I had poor credit. I'm telling you, it was terrible, terrible. I started utilizing the strategies that you get in the My Credit system towards my credit. And believe it or not, in the same year that I eliminated $100,000 of debt, I was able to increase my credit score from a 520 to an 804. So that means I went from poor credit to excellent credit. See, when I went to a car dealership with 804, the conversation was way different than when I had a 520 credit score. The third thing that myEcon did for me, I'm telling you, myEcon has done some amazing things for me. The third thing that it did for me, before myEcon, my emergency fund were my credit cards. And if you're listening, that's a no-no. Because even though I was buying things one time with my credit card, I was paying for it 2 or 3 times over because of the interest on the credit card. But because I started making positive cash flow in myEcon, I was able to create myself a true emergency fund, as well as open up an investment account that was giving me more than the average 1% or less that I was getting when I had my money sitting in the savings account. That is powerful. I started investing instead of retail. I was able to start investing wholesale, learning how to get 5%, 10%, 15% rate of return on my money. That right there alone is powerful. And the last and final thing that myEcon did for me, I'm telling you, myEcon is absolutely amazing. I was able to cash flow $500,000 since being in myEcon. And get this, I do myEcon part-time, not even full-time. Did you hear that? I do myEcon part-time, not even full-time, and was able to cash flow $500,000 in counting with this amazing company that we're all part of. So if you're listening, I highly recommend that you don't sleep on this amazing company and start utilizing the strategies, the software, and the system for yourself so that you can have a life-changing experience like I did. You know, God is not a respecter of person. If he did it for me, he can do it for you, but you got to take action. So ladies and gentlemen, again, I thank you all for giving me the opportunity for sharing with you my amazing testimony. And let me tell you, the best is yet to come.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, listen, if you're not jumping out of your skin after hearing that testimony, you're just dead. You're just dead. And listen, did you hear what he said? He do this part-time. Part-time. That means he keep the full-time job and he's still working his myEcon business. He is a Infinity, EVP Infinity, still working his job, working myEcon, cash flowing over $500,000. Look, that's when you want to get both monies. You want to get that job money, you want to get that myEcon money. He ain't turning down his collar to nothing. So, Mr. Tucker, man, we appreciate you. We thank you. You are just such an awesome inspiration to each and every myEcon associate across the country. Thank you so much for being on this morning. Thank you so much for giving us that wonderful testimony.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, our next presenter is a powerhouse. I mean, a powerhouse. When she joined myEcon, we had a promotion that allowed you to join myEcon for free, absolutely free. And she took advantage of that opportunity. And I got to tell you, she has not looked back since. I don't even know how she can come up with her return on investment, you know, because I mean, I guess it's infinite, right? Because she joined for free and got started in myEcon. Now, she is myEcon's very first female CEO Infinity, and she knows 100% of the information that myEcon teaches. And here's what I like about her the most. She is a big time investor. And you guys know that I love investing, and I have watched her talk about investing, and I'm going to tell you, she knows what she's talking about. Now, this person that I'm talking about is none other than Miss Angela Williams from the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. She always looks like a movie star, and this morning is no exception. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Miss CEO Infinity, Miss Angela Williams, as she takes us through the Cash Flow Manager training. Angela, are you there?
Yes. Can you see my Cash Flow Manager screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, I want to thank you. You made me feel so warm and fuzzy this morning. You guys, you have heard John Pettiford talk about income shifting and bringing an extra $200, $500, $800, $1,000 back into your household. And so what we're going to do right now is I want to teach you how to protect that income shift, because a lot of people adjust their W-4s and end up on the IRS at the end of the year. Why does that happen? Because they do not have enough write-offs at the end of the year. So because you have a myEcon business, you now have a sole proprietorship tax status. So that means that you're going to be able to enjoy some business write-offs that is going to minimize your tax liability. But in order to enjoy those write-offs, the IRS does require you to keep good records. And so a software that myEcon gives you is called the Cash Flow Manager software. There's also a Cash Flow Manager app that you can download to your phone. And what I'm going to show you is how to enter some of your income as well as your expenses, and pretty much how the system works. And so what I do love about the Cash Flow Manager system is you do have the ability to record expenses for a number of different businesses. So I do keep up and track with a number of different businesses that I have. So when you want to create your cash flow manager, you're just going to click the create a new cash flow manager, and it's going to ask you to name it. So name it whatever you want, and then you are done. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into my myEcon demo account that I use to train the team. Now, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to enter new income, and you're going to be able to enter new expenses. Some people do use Cash Flow Manager to set up a home budget. If you like, you can use it. But today I'm just going to talk about income and expenses. So let's say you want to document your weekly commission check. All right. So what you can do is you're going to select the type of income, which could be commissions. There's also a button on the right-hand side where if you look at the drop-down box of selections, if there is a particular income that is not listed as one of the options or an expense, you can always click the button and you can add a different category. So in this case, we have commissions. You could put, I'm just going to use the data today. I'm also going to put in the amount. Let's say your commission check was $3,000. Okay. The who is going to be yourself, obviously. I'm going to say Angela Williams. The what is going to be my myEcon commission check. And my where is actually going to be my online business. That's what I'm going to put here. Now for the notes, you can put the check number from myEcon. You can also put the week that your commissions are the week that was used to generate your commissions. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take, you could take a picture or a screenshot of your myEcon commission check and you can attach it to this entry. So for example, if I click choose file, I am going to go to my receipts folder. And let's say I have a commission here. I can select that and I can click open. And what it's going to do is going to attach that snapshot of the commission check to this entry. And then I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to click save entry. And now the entry is there. As you can see it says $3,000 commissions, and it has a picture of the commission check. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I want to show you how to enter a expense. So I'm going to click enter expense category. And what I want to do really quickly is go through the options that are already here. So for example, advertising. If you buy any business cards, you get any banners, you do any brochures, if you do any vending tables and things like that, you can put that under advertising. Your $34.95 a month membership is 100% tax deductible. So you can log that under the cash flow manager monthly fee. We have communications. So with communications, this can be your cell phone bill, this can be your internet access. I added a category called education and self-development because we are in the financial literacy landscape. So you want to continue to always raise your financial IQ. So you should be buying books. And so Amazon is something that is always in my money. So I'm going to write that off under education and self-development. If you scroll down to your home office, if you decide to buy a computer desk or a shelf when you're setting up your space, you can write those items off as well. We also want you to go ahead and track your rent or your mortgage payments under the home office, because some of you may qualify for the home office deduction. Your tax preparer will be able to calculate what exactly that is going to be. What I will say, to qualify for the home office deduction, you do have to be profitable in your business. But go ahead and keep track of your rent, your utility bills. Now, if you have a credit card or a business credit card, when you have a business credit card and you use it specifically for business, you can write off the interest piece of your minimum payments on your credit cards. And so you will put that here, and that works the same as a loan. If I added a category called internet marketing advertising, if you buy Facebook ads or you place ads on Instagram, you can log those expenses there as well. Legal and professional, I actually use this category to pay a tax preparation services. Your meals and entertainment, as far as your meals, any meals that you eat outside of groceries that is related to your business, whether you go into Starbucks and you're getting coffee, if you meet a business partner, you guys are having dinner, you want to be able to take a picture of that receipt, and you want to put this into your cash flow manager. You'll be able to get about 50% of those meals being able to write off. Is if it's a meal for a business event that you are hosting at a hotel or at your house, then those meals are 100% write off. If you attend myEcon's conference, you're going to be able to write off the cost of the registration fees. As we scroll down, product samples. I don't know if any of you have realized, but on your products page of your website, we do have coffees. And what me and my team like to do is we like to get a box of the weight loss coffee. There's 30 samples in every box, and we actually sell the samples 5. We give people a 5-day supply. We use it as samples. People are paying for it, and things that we're giving out for free, you can put that and write it off under product samples. I added a category called team training prizes. So if you are a leader and you reward your team with prizes, recognition, you can put those expenses under there as well. For your transportation, you want to keep those gas receipts when you fill up on your car. You want to track your insurance. You also want to track your mileage. Like you heard John say, this year is 57.5 cents for every mile that you drive, business related. Your parking tolls, your repairs, your tires. If you are doing any travel, we will show you how to write off airfare, how to write off your hotel or your Airbnb, the meals associated while you're traveling, any parking fees, any public transportation or Uber. If you rent a car, if you eat your meals and you tip the waiter, you're going to be able to write off those tips as well. And at the bottom, we also teach you how to hire your children into your business. So this is something, a job that you can have your children do, which is keep up with your entries to your cash flow manager, and you can write off up to $12,000 per child, and we can show you how to do this. So what I want to do real quickly is I want to put in a cell phone bill. So I'm going to put communications, and let's just say, for example, this cell phone bill is $230. Who is this? This is actually going to be to Sprint, because that is who I am paying. The what is going to be my business phone, where I always say online because I'm paying my bills online. And then I'm going to choose a picture. So what I do is when I pay Sprint, I just screenshot it with a print screen, put Sprint phone, and it now has attached it to my manager here, and I'm just going to click save entry. Now, if your cell phone bill is the same every single month, you can set up a reoccurrence. So where it says always repeat this transaction, you can download it and you can put monthly, and then you can tell them when the next time to actually put this entry in. And so I'm just going to say the next month, same time, and I'm gonna click save entry, and my post is now there. Now, the next thing that you can do is, let's say this is how I kind of track my miles. I like to track my miles on a weekly basis. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to click on enter new expense. I'm going to select the category transportation mileage. And here's what I'm going to do. Because I want to track my miles and I kind of do it on a weekly basis, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to make this a placeholder. So I'm going to do transportation mileage. And let's say on Sunday, I got 45,210 miles on my car. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a fake placeholder of 20 business miles. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to click save entry. I'm going to do that on Sunday. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do at the end of the week is I'm going to track my true business miles. So what I'm able to do is go back into my expense log, and down here on my entry where it says transportation mileage, I'm going to click this little edit button. And when I click this edit button, it's going to bring up my original entry. And so I'm going to scroll down because now I know that I got 260 miles, okay? And I'm gonna say that 40 of those miles were business miles because you guys know I'm self-employed. So every time I get in my car, it's about business for the majority of the time, okay? So I'm gonna put the 40 here, and then I'm gonna resave my entry. And now I got my mileage in there for the whole week. Now we do have on our Cash Flow Manager app, we do have an option where you can turn on the GPS when you get in your car. You can click that button, and when you drive around, it's going to automatically calculate your mileage. When your car stops, it is going to shut it off. So that is an option for you too. And I'm gonna do one more entry in here. And let's say I actually did a Facebook ad. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this Facebook ad entry in here. So I'm going to select internet marketing advertising. And let's say I ran a Facebook ad and maybe Facebook only charged me $15. I'm going to put that in there. This is who, Angela Williams. This is my business, obviously. The what, this is going to be my Facebook. And no, I'm gonna make my where Facebook, and I'm gonna make my what, I'm gonna make it the Facebook ads, okay? And if for notes, you can put the period that your Facebook ads ran. I'm gonna click choose receipt. And then I'm gonna click Facebook ads, add that, and I'm done. This is something really simple. Don't let your receipts pile up. Try to do this on a weekly basis so it don't become overwhelming. Or like I said, you can hire a child into your business and you can let them do it. Now, at the end of the year, you're going to run a report. And so I'm just going to go back to January of 2019 here. So you're going to run a report. And I'm going to go from January 2019 to December of 31st of 2019, and it's going to run a report. What I'm also going to select is I'm going to select categorize. And what that is going to do is it's going to list all of your income and your expenses for the year. So in this demo, this is over 13,000 in commissions. And as you can see, all of my expense categories are added up for me. And what you're going to do is at the end of the year, you can click review. And what you're going to do is you're going to print this out and you are going to give this to your tax preparer. Okay. And this is how your tax preparer is going to be able to fill out your Schedule C. You guys, this is the most important piece. This is how you are IRS compliant. Okay, and also you can also run your profit and loss statement here. So if you run it, as you can see, in January the income was 3,000, expenses was 799. So of course you in positive cash flow. And so actually every month you in this business, your cash flow should be increasing. So if your commissions are negative and your expenses are higher, then that means that you are cash flow negative. And the one thing about the IRS is they do look for you to make an attempt to make a profit in your business. So over time, your numbers should be changing and your cash flow should be going into a positive area. So the next thing that I do want to mention, I want to go over here and I want to share this piece here. Okay. So remember how I talked about how at the end of the year, you're going to print out your cash flow manager report and you're going to give it to your tax preparer. Your tax preparer is going to fill out your Schedule C. Schedule C is your profit and loss statement. And this is for a sole proprietorship that you have because you are in myEcon and myEcon is your business. So I just wanted to give you a quick example of what this looks like. This is a business partner, Schedule C. Their income for the year was a little less than $500. This was their first time, really getting into the business. But they did track every expense that they had. And I know for a fact that this person was out every day promoting their myEcon business. But when it was all said and done, you look at this car mileage. You heard John talk about that earlier today, over $7,900 in write-offs just from tracking your car mileage accurately. But at the end of the year, they had over $24,210 in expenses. And for some of you, you may have way more the business type, your income, you're going to be able to keep more of your myEcon commission check, okay? But I want to show you how this works. So he got 24,000 in write-offs. This is what it looks like from a tax perspective, because that Schedule C is going to be put on your 1040. So for example, his gross income was over $58,000. But here is the Schedule C write-off. The Schedule C write-off was $24,000. So that means it lowered his gross income and made his new adjusted gross income $33,889. See, this is the secret of the rich. So instead of being taxed off of $58,000, you're taxed off of $33,000. And then that's not including the standard deduction because he had a household. So we actually was able to take him from a $58,000 gross income to $15,000 in taxable income. So that means he's going to pay less taxes. He was able to adjust his W-4, keep his income shift, not owe IRS at the end of the year. And this individual still got a $4,000 tax refund check. How powerful is this? This is how you keep more of your hard-earned money. This is why everyone in America should have a home-based business tied to their income. Now, I want to close by saying why it is so important for you to be paying your $34.95 membership. If you join myEcon in January and you're paying $34.95 a month, well, if you adjust your W-4 and you get back an extra $300 a month, then that also qualifies you for your business write-offs for the month. So let's just say we talk percentages, we say a little bit of rent, car, cell phone, and let's say $1,500. Well, by the end of the year, you will have paid myEcon $419, but you income shift for the entire year, putting an extra $3,600 back into your pocket. Now, I don't know about you, but $3,600 is more than $419. So what does that mean? That means your business is free. That means your business is free. So if you came into myEcon and you have a job and you income shift, your initial enrollment is paid back in the next, 10 days. And by the time you finish the year, your business was absolutely free. So it really is a no-brainer. And then that also qualifies you for over $20,000 in business write-offs, which is going to protect your $3,600 income shift. So I just want to make sure that everybody understand the gem of a business that you have. And I want you guys to know that myEcon is the #1 secret weapon to preventing living paycheck to paycheck. And so what we have done today is we've actually showed you how to make more money. We've showed you how to manage your money. John even showed you how to take that money and be completely debt-free in less than 8 years. And because you're in myEcon, plus we teach you how to invest your money, we're gonna also show you how to multiply your money. So you are in the right place at the right time with the right leaders, with the right company, with the best compensation plan on earth. So you better know what you got and get out there and tell people about it. So back to you, June, I'm sorry.
Man, oh man, oh man. I told you she was a powerhouse. What a powerhouse leader Miss Angela Williams is. Man, was that some great information? That was a lot of good information that Miss Williams went through. And I want to tell you guys something that's really funny. She just reminded me of why I love her so much. When Angela came in, and I want you guys, you may not have picked this up, but she talked about selling samples of the Nuvia Trim coffee. So she talked about there's 30 sachets in that coffee, and she has a 5-pack, $5 for 5. Guys, she's picking up $30 for selling sample supplies of the coffee that only cost her $19.99. A true hustler indeed.
I'm selling them 5 for 15.
Oh, 5 for 15.
5 for 15.
Man, oh man, a true hustler, a true business lady. Man, she is an entrepreneur, and we are so proud of Miss Angela Williams. She's very humble. She's a powerful lady, and is doing big things here inside of myEcon. So Miss Williams, thank you so much for the training that you gave us this morning. All right, next on the list. This person needs no introduction because it is me. And what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to take you through the quick start training. And we're going to run through that pretty quickly because most of the quick start training you've already seen this morning. We've already covered a lot of the quick start training from this morning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to jump straight into this particular training this morning so that you can see exactly how to get your business quick started. So again, my name is June Collier, Vice President of Marketing here with myEcon. I want to talk to you about how to quick start your myEcon business. And as we go through this, one of the things that I really want to cover, and I'm going to jump into our website, but you know, our website has this big green button that says get started. And I'm amazed when people call and they say, well, what do I do first? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. And I go and I say, look at your back office and look at that big green button that says get started. And that button's going to help you out. Now, in your quick start, there's about 4 or 5 things that you want to take a look at. The first thing is the Form W-4 training. We already went through that this morning. Mr. John Pettiford L. did a great job on the W-4 training. So that's sort of the foundation. Now, if you don't have a W-4, if you are, let's just say you are a 1099 person, then don't worry about the W-4 training. Go to the next. But you still want to learn the W-4 because probably 85 to 90% of the people that you work with do have jobs and they do have W-4s. And as a leader, you're going to want to know how to complete and fill out that W-4. But that's the first foundation. The next foundation is what we call our cash flow manager training or our tax record keeping. That's what Miss Angela Williams just went through. You can see how powerful that is. You're going to want to make sure that you install the application on your phone so that you can track your expenses, so that you can take pictures of your receipts as you go along so that you can track your mileage. Tax record keeping is important, and that's one of the most powerful things inside of myEcon. We don't talk about it enough, man. I don't think people really understand that most of your money can be right here inside of that cash flow manager by getting that money back from your taxes. And then we have that debt elimination calculator. Mr. John Pettiford L. went through that also. We showed you how we eliminated debt in 8 years, including a mortgage, taking the money that we got from the W-4, taking that money, eliminating our debt. We were able to become totally debt-free, including your home, in 8 years. And Mr. Keith Tucker gave you a powerful testimony of how that strategy or those strategies actually worked in his life. He was able to eliminate $100,000 worth of debt and be able to put back an extra $2,400 of money back into his pockets each and every month, because that was the money that was going to the creditor. He eliminated the creditor in his life and put an extra $2,400 back into his pockets. Now, here's what I need you to understand this morning. Everything that we've talked about so far this morning has not had anything to do with recruiting or selling anything. See, all these people have made money in this deal without recruiting and without selling. That's what income shifting is all about. If you will remember from this morning, Mr. Stokes' presentation, we help you improve your cash flow in 2 ways. We got the income shifting membership, and then we got the business income. So far this morning, all you've heard and all we've talked about is income shifting. We're going to talk a little bit about business income here today with this quick start. Also, credit repair. If you have poor credit, you're going to want to start using the credit repair services, the credit repair education that we have in the back office. You heard Mr. Tucker. He said when he had a 520, they treated him differently at the car lot than when he had an 805. It's a whole different conversation. And so what you want to do is you want to position yourself so that you can get the best of everything. Even if you do have to go out and finance something, you want to have a great credit score so that you can get great interest rates. And then finally, after you complete those 4 things, and those things can be done in less than 24 hours. Much of it can be done in less than, with the exception of the credit repair, it can be less than an hour and a half. Then what you want to do is you want to start building your business. You want to start building your business. Now, I'm going to get into that real quick about building your business. But before I do that, let me share with you my screen here, because I want you to understand when you log into your myEcon back office, there's that big green button. get started. And if you don't see that, we got the correct your W-4, we've got the tax record keeping and the debt elimination system and the My Credit system. And they're in this order for a reason, one after the next. They're in that order for a reason because those are the building blocks of your business. Now, here's what I want to tell you. You want to become a product of your product. See, the reason why John Pettiford has an awesome testimony is because he became a product of the product. The reason why Keith Tucker has an awesome testimony is because he became a product of the product. The reason why Angela Williams has an awesome testimony is because she became a product of the product. She actually has lived this. She did this. And so that's something that you want to do. It's hard for you to begin to build your business and sell it to others or tell it to others if you have not done it yourself. It's hard to do that if you haven't experienced it. But I tell you, if you have experienced it, pay off some debt and you're going to feel a whole lot better. Change your W-4, get that cash flow coming in. See, nobody has to give you a script when you become a product of the product. See, everybody wants to know, what do I say? What do I say? See, nobody gave you a script when you saw that great movie. Nobody gave you a script to tell somebody about that great restaurant that you went to. That's because you experienced the product. The reason why people struggle sometimes in myEcon is because they ain't experienced the product yet. You have to become a product of the product, and you will find that it will become very easy for you to talk about what myEcon has done for you. And so I want to share that with you real quick. The other thing I want to share with you is if you go to the Document Center, we actually have an official way of doing a quick start. So we're going to go to the Document Center. I just want to show you under Training and Support Materials, we have something called the Quick Start Orientation Booklet. So when you click on that booklet, you're going to go here to the Quick Start. myEcon has an official Quick Start guide. And if you go through this, this is going to take you step by step on what you need to do. You see it right here. Step 1, correct tax withholding. Step 2, minimize taxes. Step 3, quick start marketing for business income. So those are the things that you want to go. We've already got it done for you in your back office. Just get back there, get to clicking, download this, and every time you bring in a new associate, go through the quick start orientation with that new associate. And I promise you, you're going to have some success inside of myEcon. Now, let's jump back into my presentation here real quick. And what I want to do is I want to talk about sharing the opportunity. Now, there's many ways to grow your myEcon business. And today I'm not going to go deep into all of those different ways. I'm just going to be very simplistic in how this works. It is very, very easy. It does not have to be difficult at all. See, all you got to do is tell people how your paycheck increased from your W-4 change. Listen, if you change your W-4, and as we saw in the example, that family that John Pettiford L showed, that family had over an $800 a month increase in their household. Now ask yourself, how many people could use an extra $800 a month increase in their household? They don't have to go out and get a part-time job. They don't have to go sell plasma. They don't have to do any of that stuff. All they got to do is change the W-4 form. Tell some people about that, and you'll see that they'll get interested in your business. Talk about how much debt you eliminated. When Keith Tucker talked about eliminating $100,000 worth of debt, he was very passionate about that. Did you see the passion that was on his face? That's because he became a product of the product and he actually used the product. Tell people how much your credit score has increased. If you've increased your credit score by several hundred points, let the world know. Keith Tucker went from an 820 to from a 520 to an 805. There's some people out there with 520s right now walking around. They wish they had an 800 credit score. Open up your mouth. Let them know that they don't have to be a low credit score holder for the rest of their lives. They can make some changes in their lives and make it happen for them. And then finally, share with them that you've started to become an investor. You see, that's the thing that I love about Miss Angela Williams. She got some big money, right? She got some real money. You know, we were just talking the other day, and she was talking about she bought Amazon back when it's just over $800 a share. She's doing big things, and now Amazon is up to, I think it was $1,200, a little over $1,200 a share. And so she's already started to see capital gains in that stock purchase that she made. And not only that, she's a holder of MasterCard, right? I know her story. She ain't talked to me, but I've been watching her. She's a holder of MasterCard. I'm a holder of Visa. I got on Visa, on the Visa train last year, and I rode Visa, but she's been riding MasterCard and many other different types of investments. See, when you start talking about investing and you start talking about owning a piece of America, your conversation starts to change and you become like E.F. Hutton. See, people listen to you when you start talking about money. They're going to listen. I've been in restaurants where I've just been sitting at a table talking to somebody about money and find out that there's 3 or 4 people sitting on tables around me that's ear hustling on our conversation. See, you've got to start talking about how myEcon has changed your life. And when you start sharing the opportunity, you're going to find people that are interested in the business. Now, I'm going to give you a few strategies. These are not high-tech strategies. These are just basic strategies. The first thing that you want to do is you want to go build a list. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to build that list. But see, if you're in business and you're doing good business, why wouldn't you want to tell somebody about it? If I open up a restaurant, I'm going to tell everybody about my restaurant. I'm going to be proud of the restaurant that I have opened. Now, am I going to rely on my friends and family to just sustain my business? Absolutely not. But this is a great starting point for me to just let people know what it is that I'm doing. And if you're brand new in the business and you don't know what to say, just do a 3-way call with your sponsor. Now, I know that's old school, but old school still works. Get your sponsor on the phone to talk to the individual and answer their questions. And you just kind of just put your phone on mute and let your sponsor do all the talking. If you do that enough times, you will know what to say. Do a 3-way call with your sponsor. How about sending them a pre-recorded video? Now, last night at midnight, we uploaded the new video. It's a 5-minute video that explains the myEcon business opportunity. And it was done by none other than Mr. Ivy Stokes, the co-founder of the company. In less than 5 minutes, a person can learn everything they need to know about myEcon. You see, sometimes what we do is we're saying too much. We're talking too much. Let the tools do the work for you. All you got to do is go to incomeshifting.com. Go to incomeshifting.com. There's the video. Just send people to incomeshifting.com and let them know, hey, listen, I just got started in a business. I think it's an awesome opportunity. I just had an increase in my check of $400, and I'm scheduled to pay off my first debt in the next 4 months. And you start telling them about the things that's happening to you, share your story and say, listen, you want to check this out. Go to incomeshifting.com. If somebody say, June, tell me what it's all about, go to incomeshifting.com. June, how much does it cost to get started? Go to incomeshifting.com. See, you don't have to be the smartest guy or the smartest gal. You don't have to have the gift of gab to be able to share the myEcon opportunity. Mr. Stokes has already done that for you, and it's only 5 minutes. If a person says they don't have 5 minutes to change their life, keep walking, right? Now, the next thing that you can do is you can host a private Zoom meeting. You see, the world is changing and myEcon is evolving. We're on a Zoom meeting right now, and you guys are seeing this presentation throughout the entire country. We got Mr. James Hall that's down in the Philippines, that's watching us from the Philippines, right? And so what you want to do is you want to get a few people on a private Zoom meeting. Get a handful of your friends, 4 or 5 of your friends on a private Zoom meeting, get your sponsor on that meeting and do a business presentation. At the end of the business presentation, open up the Zoom meeting for any questions. You see, you only got 4 or 5 friends that's on the call. They probably all know one another. They're probably comfortable with talking. They're comfortable with asking questions. Get them on a private Zoom meeting. Use the technology. See, you don't have to necessarily get them to a hotel. You don't have to drag them to a Saturday meeting. You can just say, listen, I need you to log into this website. We're going to have a meeting. It's going to be a private meeting. I need you to RSVP for this meeting, and I'm going to have one of our leaders on that's going to explain what myEcon is and all about. So host a private Zoom meeting. Invite them to weekly live presentations every Monday and Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The co-founder of the company, Mr. Ivy Stokes, does a business presentation. myeconbpm.com. That's in your back office under meetings, under the documents, under meetings. Make sure that you invite them to the live weekly presentation. It is a Zoom meeting. He opens up the door for any questions at the end of the meeting. Get them in front of the information. Invite them to a live Super Saturday. If they're the type of person that wants to actually see, feel, and touch people, get them out to a live Super Saturday where we're doing live training, where they can actually see somebody face to face. And finally, send them to a capture page. Everybody out there's got all different types of capture pages. One of the nice things that myEcon is going to be doing in 2020, we've been working on it. We've been feverishly working on it behind the scenes, but we're going to be launching a new automated system that has capture pages, automatic follow-ups. That's coming soon. But if you can't wait, go get your capture page system and start driving traffic to your capture page system. There's plenty of different choices out there, plenty of different capture page programs out there. Go ahead and get people on a capture page, right? And then finally, post your story on social media. See, I want to tell you that I know that everybody on this call, I know John has, I know Angela, I know Keith, we all have had people join our business that we had no idea who they were. I just got a notification last night. Congratulations, XYZ just joined your business. I have no idea who they are. I have no idea how they found me. I have no idea. But what I do know is I got tons of videos out there with links that go back to my page where you can join me in myEcon. See, you got to take advantage of social media, and you've got to run that social media account and start talking about what myEcon has done for you. See, I'm not telling you to go out and post advertisement necessarily on your social media channel, but what I am telling you is to go out and start telling people how good myEcon has been to you. I'm telling you to go out and tell people about your credit score. I'm telling you to go out and share the story of how your financial life is improving. If you do those things, people will take an interest. If you do those things, people will ask you questions. You know, I got my Google Voice number out there. Every video that I have, I put my Google Voice number on there, and people call me out of the blue all the time. Let me tell you something. It is a different feeling when people start calling you. See, instead of you running down and chasing down people, when people start running and chasing you down because you impacted them, they saw your video, they were interested in what it was that you're doing, it is a different feeling. You have a different posture. See, what we've got to do is we got to posture ourselves. We got the best business in the world. We got the best business in the world selling the best product in the world, income shifting. Ladies and gentlemen, it will change your life. Now, in the next couple of Super Saturdays, we're going to have some people that's going to come on that's going to actually give you some step-by-step things that they're doing in social media. So if you don't know how to use social media that well, or you want to get some points and some tips, keep coming to these Super Saturdays. We've got some people that's putting 50 people a week in their business. You know, they're down in Orlando, Florida. They're down in the Florida area. Mr. CJ and Candace Hawkins putting in 40 and 50 people in a week. When you want to know what they're doing, keep coming back to these Super Saturdays. We'll have them on so that they can do some training to show you exactly what they're doing on social media. But here's what I got to tell you. Is nothing better than you just opening up your mouth. Because even with them being on social media, they still got to open up their mouth. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. That's what they tell me, right? You got to open up your mouth. And if you don't have anything to talk about, that means that you have not become a product of the product. When you become a product of the product, you can't shut it up, right? Somebody says like fire in my bones, right? You just can't keep it quiet. So what you've got to do is you've got to become a product of your product. So that's the quick start this morning. What we're going to do next is we're going to jump into our compensation plan. Many of you want to know exactly how the compensation plan actually works. What I'm going to do is we're going to bring Mr. Stokes back on. Let me unshare my screen here so that he has the opportunity to pull up his screen. So the next voice that you're going to hear will be that of Mr. Ivy Stokes. He's going to be pulling up his compensation plan, and he's going to go over the comp plan, if you will. Mr. Stokes, are you ready?
I am ready. All right, good morning. Man, this is exciting. No wonder I couldn't sleep last night. I was going to get a tremendous blessing today. And I just want to congratulate all of our great trainers and speakers out there. You know, guys, I want you to understand something. myEcon has tremendous talent. And you have, I mean, we've got great trainers on today. And hey, I know, you know, everybody out there in myEcon, you know, I know you, right? And I've been sitting making a list for the last couple weeks, and I got my list. It's big, and I'll be bringing on other great trainers out there, because I know we've got a lot of them out there down in Arkansas, up in West Virginia. Some of you guys know who I'm talking about, but we got them down in everywhere, guys and ladies. Tremendous trainers, people who understand business and income shifting. You see, here's the thing. We got to have a multifaceted attack on our finances. It can't just be about I just recruit. It's got to be more than that. We've got to really learn how to be capitalists and how to make money. But so I just want to congratulate all of our leaders. You're doing a great job out there today. And we've got a tremendous amount of leaders all over the country. We'll be bringing you on. You'll be training and teaching, and we're just going to light up America, really. Okay, we're going to light America up. And we're going to train new ones. We're going to have it, you know, just everywhere. So, but what I'm supposed to be doing on this class is talking about the compensation plan. And I know that your boy time is just flying this morning. So I'm going to jump right into my class on our new compensation plan that we've got out here. And really, it's not that new, but I just need to explain some of the new little facets that we have on it, and we'll go from there. All right, guys and ladies. So the bottom line here is that the new price is $49.95, and that is a discount over the, you know, it's the normal price is $99.95. We are a discount marketer. We're a discount company, you know, and the biggest companies in the world, you know, do that. Walmart and, you know, all the other great companies, low prices, high volume, make money, and that's what it's all about. So $49.95 is the price going forward. We'll be sticking with that all the way to our conference, and then, you know, all the way up until next fall when we do another blowout holiday sizzle promotion. But guess what? $49.95, that's still really no money. And if you understand what Miss Angela Williams talked about this morning with keeping your tax records, it's free. The government pays the bill, okay? So it's not a big deal. Now, if you're an EVP, which means you've gotten at least one recruit, boom, you got promoted, you get $25 on that. But if you're an MD, then of course you get $10, and as an EVP, you get the difference of $15, okay? So everybody in myEcon should know how that works. So $25 to an EVP. If you're an EVP, if you're an MD, you're just getting started, it's $10. And then once you get your first recruit, you promote to EVP, and then you get the whole 25. And the EVP shares that 25. When an MD recruit them, they get 10. The MD does, and the base shop EVP gets the 15. That's the override. So that's pretty simple, okay? Real simple way to do that. Now, but we also have added in our builder bonus, okay? Back during the summer, we had the builder bonus at $150 on 5 was $30, but we didn't have immediate overrides. We got overrides back in, but I still wanted to put the builder bonus in there because I want to pay the producers. See, a lot of people talk and some people produce. Okay, I want to pay the producers. So you get a $75 bonus every time you have 5 personal or 5 base shop people come in your business and they make their first renewal payment. Now, overrides are still being paid on, DTRs being paid on that renewal. So the money is really coming out of the first month sale, but I don't want people just throwing people in and nobody stays. Take people through quick start and they'll stay in the business. So there it is, boom, boom, boom. 5 people, you get $75. 5 more people get $75. If you have 10 in a week, if you go out there and you get 10 people in your base shop in a week, which many of you do all the time, then guess what? And 30 days later, they all pay their first month payment. Or if you get 12 and 10 of them pay the first month payment, you got 75 and 75, you get $150 bonus that week, okay? It's basically an additional $15. So that's powerful, guys, okay? So you got the base shop and you got the builder bonus. That pays the producers. So it pays you to produce in myEcon. You know, it's a lot of people out here in network marketing, they think that what they're supposed to do is just recruit somebody and ride them like a horse. But I'm not about all that, okay? Because I still recruit and produce. myEcon is going to always be a culture of where we work. The workers work, the producers produce, and that's who we pay the immediate money to, okay? That's what it's all about with Ivy. That's what it always will be about. All right. Then, but let's look at the percentages on that. They pay $49.95. Bang, you get $25. Then there's another $15 bonus. That's $40. $40 out of the $49.95. That's the 80% payout. Now, but, and I'm gonna, you know, there's 5 more people that's getting paid on that up line. If you're an Infinity, you're getting $7. A Platinum, you're getting 5. A Gold, you're getting 3. And an EVP, you get 1. So, and that comes out to about $22 to $23, depending on the levels of the people that did the promoting, you know, or that did the overrides. That's 80%. So it's still over 100% total payout. Over 100%, even on a base shop, okay? But this is what you're getting, okay? And then on the base shop, it's 15, okay? So if an MD recruits somebody, they get 10, you get 15. There's another $15 bonus, that's 30. That's 60%, that's what you get. But the total payout in myEcon is always about 150% up front, okay? Nobody in the industry does that. We still do that because we know we're gonna have a lot of our people that's gonna stay around for years, not months, guys, years. If you understand what Angela talked about this morning, if you understand what John Pettiford talked about this morning, then guess what? You're gonna be around for years, okay? Because guess what, guys and ladies? You know, if a business is free, the government's paying the bill, and it's making you other money, and you're shifting the money and destroying debt, or you're building investments, why would you quit? You wouldn't, okay? It just makes good business sense, okay? And it makes more sense when it's low cost. Because if the cost is high, then they're eating up all your tax deductions. They're eating up all the money that you shifted, okay? Whole different subject, another time. Don't have time to talk about it today. Now, let's look at the flow of recruiting. So somebody named Bob, okay, they bring you into business. You're Mary, okay? So you just joined myEcon as Mary. Bob's going to pick up $25 on you immediately. When you make your first payment as Mary, okay, Bob's going to pick up another $15. That's paid in increments of 5 on every 75. You got a year to get those 5. It's a running 52 weeks, okay? So it's always a year. So that's easy, okay? 52 commission cycles, total of $40, okay? Now, then you go out and you say, well, I want to get promoted too. I don't want Bob making all the money. So you bring in Tony. Tony's your first person, okay? And so you make $10 because you're an MD, all right? Now, and then you'll also match what 5% on Tony's base shop earnings for his entire career after you make EVP, and Tony makes EVP, okay? Now, and then Bob is going to help Tony because Bob's still in Tony's base shop. Some people said, well, my person went up to Bob. No, it didn't. You're still getting paid on this. A split commission because Bob should be training you, the new recruit, in this scenario, Mary. Okay? And then Bob is, Tony's going to stay in Bob's base shop. So now Bob has incentive to train Tony. Why? You're new, Mary, okay? You've probably been in 15 minutes, literally, or a day, you know, at the most, a couple days. So now on that person, Bob makes $15. That's what we call base shop on Tony, okay? But that was your first person, you and Mary. Plus, when Tony makes his first payment, it makes first payment the first 30 days of the first month, he gets another $15 bonus. He made $30. Now, guys, that's what you call tap rooting. Bob brought in Mary, and then Bob helped Mary bring in Tony. Okay, both people got paid on it. Okay, you're not losing anything. Now, as a matter of fact, sometimes you hear people say, I lost, or I gave them up. No, you didn't. Look, how many people, okay, if somebody trained you one time, what if you trained 100 people? What if you trained 500 people? Okay, in other words, now let's go see what Mary does. So now Mary's the EVP, okay? So Mary split the commission on Tony, but now Mary goes out and gets Todd, and then she gets Joan, then Ralph, and then Kurt. Unlimited with. She can recruit as many of them as she wants. Unlimited, okay? All personal recruits, she got $25 plus a $15 bonus when they pay their first month, the payment on time. That's a total of $40. But then, because Mary was trained when Mary got into business, Mary trained Todd and helped Todd go out and get this cool dude with the glasses on, okay? And then not only did she help Todd get this person with the cool glasses on, then she helped that guy go out and get the farmer. And she's making $30 a head. That's what's called tap rooting. You bring in that person, help that person get their first person, help that person get their first person to infinity. Okay, to infinity. Okay, unlimited with, unlimited depth. So one time you got trained properly, unlimited times you can train somebody properly, and you're sharing that first person every time to unlimited depth. Unlimited. You can recruit one person, one, and end up with 1,000 EVPs on your first generation. You see, guys, here's what I want you to understand, okay? We have done some tremendous things in myEcon, but we can do 1,000 times more than we did by learning to do it better. We've done some tremendous things in myEcon, but we can do 1,000 times more by learning to do it better, okay? Because it's real simple and the system pays for itself. The government pays the bill. They even pay us to be in business, okay? Now, watch what happens with Mary. So Mary's got Todd, okay, that she person recruited. She got Joan that she person recruited. Watch what happens when she helped them get people. Okay, so remember the cool dude I was talking about? She helped them get Russ. Well, watch what happens. Then Todd moves to her first generation, okay? Then when she helped Todd get the farmer, Ted, or the construction worker, guess what? Ted moved to her. So when you start tap rooting, training people down through in your base shop, you end up with a wide first generation, which has helped you get promoted. So some people tell me all the time, they say, yeah, I'm just training everybody. And then I look at your first generation. I'm like, really? Yeah, I'm just getting it all done. And then I look at your base shop. Really? Now, come on. Now, y'all know I know better than that. Let's do it right, and let's do it great, okay? Like what happens? Joan, see, Mary helps Joan. That's her personal recruit. She helped Joan get Ben. Boom. Mary goes to the first generation. Boom. Okay? She got $40 there, but she helped her get Ben. She got the 30. She helped Ben get his first person, Dan. She gets 30, and Ben moves to the first generation. So you can literally recruit 1, 2, or 3 personal people and end up with 1,000 people on your first generation to infinity. To infinity. That's how I've built so big over the years. You know, it's always amazing to me. You know, I get these people, you know, and it's a lot of great people in my econ. You know, they're making pretty good money, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 a month. But guys, that's great money. That's good money. But when you get on up around 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, and if you do this, you'll get there. If you do this, if you will quick start and taproot, quick start and taproot, you'll see your income explode. See, that's what taprooting is. See, everybody marry keep. That's just that same scenario over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Trading unlimited width, unlimited depth, to infinity, to infinity. See, it's not about just recruiting people. It's about developing the people you recruit. It's not just about recruiting people. It's about developing the people you recruit. Now look what happens. Okay, you got all those first generation EVPs, and as they start to recruit, it keeps on going because they start replicating you. Okay, see, remember Mary? Okay, see, now look what's happening over here. Okay, let me go back one. I went too fast. So you got all these first generation recruits over here. Okay, now each one of those generations is doing the same thing, and now you're going to get paid overrides on it. As an EVP, $1 every time somebody brings make an ISM sale by bringing in a new MD. Boom! If you're an EVP, you get $1. You say, "Oh, it's only $1." Well, get promoted. Okay, that's easy to do. You can get promoted in a week. You know, as a goal, you get $3. They say it's only $3. Get promoted. You can get promoted to platinum. Take you about a week, 10 days. Okay, and then when you get to platinum, you start earning future commissions on those old people you brought in at your new promotion level. Get promoted. Platinum, $5. Infinity, $7. That's your overrides, okay? And your DTR. Folks, it will totally change your life. See, when you become a product of the product, you do quick start, and you do tap rooting, and you do income shifting, your business will grow forever. Good finances helps you become a better recruiter. See, a lot of people want to say, "Well, I don't know anything. I don't understand anything," but it's good. Really? Well, how would you know? Since you don't know anything. You see? No. Manage your finances, lower your taxes, eliminate your debt, build investment, have a money conversation. Have a personal financial success conversation. And see, I can always tell what a person's doing by their conversation. You see, people who don't invest, they don't talk investments. People who don't pay off debt, they don't talk debt elimination. People who don't manage their finances, they don't have a money conversation. They want to talk about BB, CV, DB, a heap of it, a bunch of it. No. Let's be the best. Let's be the best, okay? Now, what does it take to get promoted to EVP Gold? All you need is 8 people, okay? No more than 5 in one leg, okay? So 1 direct leg. And then EVP Platinum, you need 50, no more than 20 in one leg. Infinity, 300, active ISM, income shifting memberships, no more than 80 in a leg. And 1,000 for CEO Infinity. But guys, if you want to be a CEO Infinity, taproot. Taproot. Okay? In other words, you bring in Bill, help Bill get Mary, help Mary get Joe, help Joe get Tom, and then you go wide. And then when you go wide, see, think about it. If you was 100 wide and each one of those people had 10 people on their team, you'd be CEO Infinity. Or if you was 100 wide and each one of them had 3, you'd be Infinity. You see, it's easy when you become a trainer. When you start training and developing your people. And that's our compensation. This will be in your back office. You can pull it down. You can learn it, teach it. And folks, you can go out and do some absolutely amazing things financially in your business, okay? So to recap, hey, we got the $49.95, but we got 150% total payout, 80% personal payout, okay? 60% base shop payout, but it's over 150 total payout on that money. And we've also got the base shop bonus. Now that's exciting. That is the best pay plan. I'll put that pay plan up against any pay plan in the industry. I'll also put the earnings up against any pay plan in the industry, okay? And that's what it's all about here in myEcon. And I know many of you understand now because you've seen the results over and over again. Price matters. Price matters, okay? You know, and that's what it's all about. But I do want to leave with this one thing. You remember, $49.95 is a special promotion price over the $99.95. Just like $27.95 was a special promotion over the $49.95. And the $13.95 was a special promotion over the $27.95. So it stays the same. Because of our special promotion, you can now get started for just $49.95. If you sell the idea of a special promotion, you sell the urgency, okay, and you sell the value that the government's going to pay the bill, you won't have any problem. Recruiting does not have to slow down. Building your business does not have to slow down, okay, because the price is now $49.95. Because $49.95, that's no money either, okay? And the government is going to pay the bill in your first 10 days in the business by simply changing your W-4 and getting your tax deductions, okay? So that's what it's all about. So Mr. Collier, I'm going to turn it back over to you and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. So how do I get to where oh, I know how to, okay. I got to stop my share. All right, man, I'm struggling with this technology thing. I'm gonna get it one day, but I'm excited about it.
Well, that's
all right. Thank you, Mr. Collier.
That's all right. That's all right. Thank you so much for the compensation plan overview. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. That's the business income, starting to build your business, starting to create some cash flow. You know, earlier this morning, we talked all about the income shifting strategy and how you can create wealth just using the income shifting strategy. But here's what I got to let you know. If you just focus on the income shifting strategy, it's going to take you a while. But if you focus on the income shifting strategy and the business building, that's like putting gas on the fire. That's allowing you to speed up the process to create the wealth that you want to create. And as we begin to talk about compensation, I'm going to bring on a couple that knows 100% how well myEcon pays. They know a lot about myEcon's pay system because they have made a tremendous amount of money inside of myEcon in the short period of time that they've been with us. I think they've been with us maybe about a year and a half now, but they have made some significant income inside of myEcon. The first paycheck for 2020 was a really good paycheck for them and their family. I know that they're smiling. I know that they're happy about the things that they've done. I want to let you know that myEcon isn't just about a whole bunch of old people either, right? This couple is a very, very young couple. They're probably our youngest Infinities that we actually have in the company. You know, I got a chance to meet them at the first time in Las Vegas. And, you know, they were talking, I know he was, and I haven't mentioned their names yet, but they were talking about how old I was and how old Greg Napier was, right? And so, but they're doing powerful things. And it's great to have young people in our organization because they are the future. They bring ideas, they bring a lot to the table. Not only have they been great Infinities in our organization, but they have brought a lot of great ideas to the table behind the scenes. And so we listen and we implement, we make changes, and they do a wonderful job. And so I got an opportunity to see a big proposal that was done in Vegas. And so they're soon to be married. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to the room here none other than EVP Infinity, Mr. CJ Carter, as well as Miss Candace Hawkins. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to release the camera to CJ and Candace. Guys, are you there?
Oh yeah, we're here.
Thank you for all the compliments.
Yeah. Hey, we weren't calling you guys old. Come on now. Is it frozen? Okay.
Yes, you were. It's okay.
But where do we start? Yeah, so I just wanted to start off by saying, yeah, we've been with myEcon for about 1.5 years, and it's been nothing short of a blessing. Especially me, I've been around the block when it comes to network marketing, making money online. I've sold lotions, potions, energy drinks, roadside assistance, teas. I've done it all. I've been to every single business, I've done it all. And I've never come across something that is like a total package like this. We have a membership that affects everyday people that actually need, what we have to offer. And what I love most about myEcon is that it's at a price point that the people who actually need it can afford. I've seen other things where, they might talk about credit, but then you have to pay an arm and a leg to even start it. What's the point? So that's one thing that I love about it. And, obviously we love the compensation. We've made multiple six figures with myEcon, and it's been amazing. And what I love most about it is like the duplication, because it's one thing for, people like us, other infinities, et cetera, to make money, but there's everyday people that are making a lot of money, and it's really helping their families. It's helping them pay their bills while they implement the strategies. And it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah, and just to add to that, obviously I love everything about myEcon, just from what CJ was saying, like the services, also how it's such a community here. I feel like I can talk to everyone and be comfortable. We're always together. We always have like these events or getting together and training our people. But what I also love about myEcon is that you're not just working for like a right now. You're actually building towards something. You're building towards a future with residuals and because I've been in businesses where like I'll do good right now, and then once you stop, then that's it. But with this, you're building towards a future here. So, and you can actually retire with this business. So that's what I enjoy.
Yeah. It's like what you say in that one video. She makes like a lot of YouTube videos, and she said it's like having your own online business with a retirement plan, and so I love that aspect as well, especially because there's always ups and downs in business, but if you are continuing to build, whenever things quote unquote slow down, like that's where you have the residual income to carry you. And not a lot of businesses offer that, especially to the magnitude that myEcon does. I'm here to tell you guys now, #1 compensation plan, hands down. There's nothing even close. Guys, I've looked high and low. I've been that person that, is always looking at opportunities, but there's nothing that even comes close. We've planted our flag here, and, this is where we're always going to be. And, we're taking advantage of all the resources that we have. When we came to myEcon, it wasn't just for making money. Obviously that was like their #1 priority. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but, I've actually been able to improve my credit score. I have, had a few things removed off of my credit report already. I've been eliminating debt. Like I made a lot of young mistakes when I got started, guys. So I've been seeing tremendous benefit off of myEcon, not only on the compensation side. Obviously that's like, the icing on the cake, but
yeah.
We definitely been enjoying our journey, guys. And if I could say anything to everybody out there, it's just to keep pushing and keep building. It might take you a little bit of time, but it's all worth it. Yeah. Anything else to say?
I think you said it best.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're a little nervous.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our young infinities that are doing a fantastic job down there in Florida. They're building huge teams. Again, they're putting 40, 50 people in individually each on a weekly basis. So we definitely got to have them come back and do some training to really kind of let us know, what we need to be doing online as we begin to build. Some of us old guys need to learn how to do the things that the new guys are doing out there. Yes, CJ, I'm not going to let you live that one down, but but we're gonna hear from them again. We're gonna invite them back out to one of our Super Saturdays so that they can really share with us exactly what they're doing to grow their team at such a large volume, such a large pace. I mean, this is a testament that anyone can do this, no matter what your age, no matter what your race, what your gender is. Anyone can do this, and we're really excited and we're really proud of CJ and Candace. So thank you guys for showing up today and giving us that awesome testimony.
Hey, no problem.
All right, so next on the list, we're gonna bring Mr. Ivy Stokes back. You know, I told you guys we saved the best for last. We've got a special announcement. We've got a special guest that's gonna be speaking to us today about some new things that's going on inside of myEcon. So I know everybody's been waiting to hear this. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the call back over to Mr. Ivy Stokes. He's gonna make an introduction and set everything up. And then the next voice you'll hear after Mr. Stokes will be our special speaker. Mr. Stokes, are you ready? Hold on, let me get you off of mute. Yeah, hold on.
Anything? Oh, I'm good. All right, guys and ladies. Well, I tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to Candace and CJ. And I can tell you, there's some smart young adults. I really like hanging out with them. They got a big conference coming up in Vegas. You're going to learn online marketing and you want to get a lot of energy and have a lot of fun. Hey, I'm going to be out there. So come to Vegas. It's going to be on in Vegas in March. I'm excited about it. And, you know, they're kind of, it's amazing because they do all these videos, all this marketing all over the universe, make great income, but they're always nervous. I don't understand that, but they're really smart young adults. And, you know, their partner, Javier, he's the same way. He's sleeping in because he stays up late. He's sleeping in. He's out in Utah this morning, but we want to do a shout out to him. But I just appreciate them so much for being in myEcon and being a part of what we're doing here today because it's been absolutely amazing. And so I do appreciate them. And the next thing that I really want to talk about is, you know, when we started myEcon, what a lot of you don't know is that over the years, I've been in a lot of different marketing. I mean, companies, telecom, we've owned a telephone company. We own one of the fastest growing internet access services in the country back in the 90s. So we've done a lot of different business. And one of the things that we want to do is totally build myEcon into the personal financial success company. And we want to dominate multiple industries, okay? Because all of those things, because one of the keys to, remember I said the key to financial success is business income and smart financial strategies, right? Business income and smart financial strategies. Well, you can get that business income selling financial products, or you can get it selling and marketing other products. And what you're gonna see myEcon evolve into over the next several months is a diversified product company. And so we've got a special guest this morning that I have actually asked, and she's accepted to be a consultant and advisor to myEcon in terms of our health and wealth company, where we're going to be focusing on great nutritional products. And she's an extremely successful person. I've been watching her now for about 4 years. She's done an amazing job. You know, she's had a super successful career in corporate America, but, you know, even more so, she came into myEcon and she's a real myEcon associate. You know, we get a lot of people that come in myEcon and they kind of on the sideline, but she's a real myEcon associate. Now, she can teach everything that we taught this morning. She could teach income shifting because she did it. She can teach tax record. I've heard her do all this, okay? She is the real deal, okay? And so I've been talking to her for a while. She's agreed to come on, guys, and guide us through health and wealth. She has a tremendous personal testimony about health and then also of wealth. She has a great family. And so I want to introduce to all of you this morning, Miss Nicole Pettaway from the great state of Michigan and the city. Well, I don't know if it's from, she probably doesn't live in Detroit proper, but it's close enough in that area, okay? So we'll bring it to you, Nicole. Tell us about myEcon's future in the health and wealth industry.
All right. So thank you so much, Ivy, for that beautiful introduction. That's pretty exciting. Um, and I actually do live in the city of Detroit, believe it or not. But myEcon has been a total blessing for me. I've been in myEcon almost 4 years, like you said, and when I say it has changed me in ways that I never thought, it definitely has done that. And so I am pleased to have an opportunity to share one of my other passions around health and nutrition with myEcon. So when Ivy reached out to me, I was totally excited to be able to take my passion for personal finance and myEcon, as well as my passion for health and wellness, and bring them together and share them with the myEcon family. So, what Ivy has decided to do and expand into the health and nutrition space, I think is brilliant. And it's something that we definitely need. So today I'm going to talk about, what we're planning to do with myEcon and in the health and wellness space. So stay tuned. But I want to tell you a little bit about me and who I am. So I actually I've been with myEcon, like I said, for almost 4 years, and I'm an EVP Platinum, working on Infinity, going to get there. And since I've been running these strategies, I've been able to cash flow actually over $200,000 back into my household. So all the strategies that we talked about, the business income, redoing my W-4, increasing my credit score, all of our strategies have helped me cash flow over 200,000. So they absolutely do work. My credit score has gone from average to excellent, and I'll be debt free in just over a year. So when we talk about these things working, they absolutely do work. And for me, I joined myEcon because my husband and I work in corporate America. Like Ivy said, we both work for Fortune 100 companies, making really good money. But the problem was we fell into the rat race of middle-class America, where you get out of school, you go get the house, you go get the car, you come out with the student loan debt. And so what I found is, we were making good money, but it was leaving us as quickly as it came. It was like a revolving door. So we were living paycheck to paycheck. And for me, it's like, there's got to be a better way. We're making good money, but we're not seeing it. And so I was thinking about a financial advisor or doing something. And through divine intervention, I was exposed to myEcon because somebody decided to open their mouths, like we talked about, and share some strategies about myEcon. So I actually joined because of the strategy of knowing that I can get myself out of debt. I can increase my cash flow by cutting my taxes. And I actually have a roadmap to become a millionaire. I never had a vision in my life before being a millionaire until I was able to see it through our cash flow strategist tool. So it was a game changer for me. And so, of course, as I started learning this information, I was so excited. Like June was saying, I shared my testimony of how it was helping me. I cut my paycheck, my taxes by $1,100 a month. That was huge, like $1,100 a month. Are you serious? So of course I started sharing this. And then guess what? My business started growing. So here I am now, my business is starting growing and I'm running the strategies like we talked about. So both things are occurring and my business is really taking off. Well, life happened. And so in 2017, I had a health scare. Well, it wasn't a scare, it was a real thing that happened. I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017. And so for me, it was a pretty big deal because I had lost both of my parents to cancer. I lost my mom to colon cancer and my dad to lung cancer. So it was a pretty big scare for me. So, I actually had to, during that course of time, when I discovered the lump on my breast, I was actually exposed to holistic medicine. And it was mind blowing to know that our bodies actually have the ability to heal itself. And I was like, seriously? And again, I say this is divine intervention because first of all, I knew nothing about money and I was exposed through divine intervention to the personal finance side of things. I knew nothing about holistic medicine and healing yourself by changing your lifestyle until it was exposed to me as well. And so the beauty of, myEcon, again, and this is another one of my testimonies, is I spent time the first year and a half building up my business. And when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I had to make a lot of lifestyle changes because I wanted to give my body an opportunity to heal itself. And so during that time, I took about 6 months where I really wasn't active in my business. And so during that 6 months, I was able to still get residual income coming in while I was allowing my body to heal itself from breast cancer. And so when we say these strategies work, they actually work. And some of the money that I was getting from my residual income, I was able to use on my medical expenses. So these strategies absolutely do work. And I'm happy to say, you know, through the steps that I took to change my lifestyle, I was able to overcome breast cancer. And I stand before you today with no signs of cancer in my body. But what happened, and the thing that propelled me to say, you know what, people need to know about this. So I became very vocal with my journey and how I was able to help myself overcome breast cancer by making lifestyle changes. And so again, through divine intervention, it said, Nicole, you need to help other people be able to know that they've got options for overcoming disease and chronic illnesses by making lifestyle changes. And it's not just diet, it's the whole lifestyle, mind, body, and spirit changes. And so the other thing that I decided to do is I decided to become a health coach. And so I went back because during this course of overcoming breast cancer, I learned so much about holistic medicine and how we can take control of our health to make changes. And guys, I am not the woman, and those who know me when I first joined myEcon, I look very different now. During this course, I actually lost 82 pounds. I completely changed my whole lifestyle. I'm back down to my high school weight from a long time ago. And so, you know, I am a living testimony that you can take control of your health and make changes to turn your health around. And the beauty is, you know, once you learn the wealth piece, it's a perfect combination of health and wealth. So I combined both of my passions and created the Health and Wealth Company, where I combined our strategies from myEcon along with the strategies that I developed to help me overcome breast cancer and brought those two together. So again, when Ivy reached out to me to look at how we can expand myEcon and more into the health and wellness space, I was so excited and so pleased to be able to bring these two together because it's a passion that I had. So I was more than happy to take on the role of helping. And so my motto is, again, health and wealth, and is to get your body right and to get your money right, because we need both. We need both. We need our finances, but then at the same time, we can't neglect our health while we're on the pursuit to financial freedom. So it's really a perfect combination. And so the strategy that we're having with myEcon to look at health and wealth is powerful. It's really powerful, and it sets us apart from many other companies out here. So let's talk about the challenges with health and wealth, because there is a relationship between health and wealth. If you guys didn't know, money is the #1 source of stress in people's lives. The thing that people stress out about the most is money. The #1 cause for divorce is money. So money is the thing that a lot of people struggle with. So what happens when you stress for a long period of time? Well, if you're stressing over a long period of time, you have prolonged stress, now it leads to health problems. And so stress is one of the precursors to disease. And so, you know, what we have to realize is that we have the solution with the money, and now we're getting ready to bring people the solution, the health piece. And guess what? When you have serious health issues, it costs you a lot of money. So we have the perfect combination. And like I said, for me, because I was running strategies for myEcon, when I did run into these health issues with breast cancer, I was able to leverage the strategies for myEcon to help me get through my challenges financially, where some of the people that I know, they didn't have those resources of myEcon available like I had. So I was very fortunate that I had financial knowledge to help me get through my health challenges. So, you know, let's talk about what it means for health and wealth. You know, we have vibrant health, and we know what personal financial success means, but now let's talk about what is vibrant health. Vibrant health is all about having sound mind, body, and spirit, not having disease, and being filled with energy and vitality. You know, when I think back to prior to me getting diagnosed with breast cancer, I was going hard in the paint on my business, right? My business was growing, but what I wasn't doing was taking care of myself. I had gotten real sedentary. If you're working your business, you're on the phone, you're talking a lot, you're sitting in meetings and stuff. And I had gained weight and I wasn't really taking care of myself. And so having changed my lifestyle, man, I have the energy I had from when I was back in high school, and people laugh at me, they're like, Nicole, you are always going to do it. But, having changed my lifestyle, I feel like I'm in a position of vibrant health where I do have that energy and that vitality. So vibrant health isn't about just losing weight. It's about how you are mentally. Are you in a stress-free environment? Are you stressed out? So it's a whole picture of mind, body, and spirit. And then, of course, what our personal financial success strategies are. So I don't have to talk about that. We've covered that enough. But it's important to know that those two go hand in hand. And there's a correlation between having vibrant health and having personal financial success. And so that's our strategy at myEcon. We're going to bridge those two together to show you the importance of having both of those. Because guess what? If you're working really hard to build your business and you're not taking care of your health, and this was my case, your body's going to sit you down. And so that's what happened to me. My body said, you know what, Nicole, yeah, you're making money, your business is growing, but you're not taking care of me. And my body, breast cancer was my body's way of telling me, you need to take care of me. And so it was a wake-up call for me that I need to make sure, just as much as I'm pursuing financial freedom, that I'm pursuing vibrant health. So that's part of the strategies, is we're going to bring those two together because we want our associates and our customers not only to be on the path of financial freedom, but we want them to be able to enjoy that money through life's longevity by having vibrant health. So what are some of the 3 keys for attaining vibrant health? What do we need to do? So just like if you guys notice a theme, there's a lot of parallels to the road to financial freedom, and there's similar parallels to the road to attaining vibrant health. So we've got strategies that we can employ. And the first one is health and wellness education. We have to get ourselves educated. Just like we had education on the financial side, we need education on the health side, knowing that there's a mind, body, and spirit correlation to health. And so people need to know you can take control of your health. You do have options. And that's why I'm so vocal about my journey, because most people don't know it's not just going to the doctor. It's not just taking a bunch of prescription drugs or all these other things. You can actually play a part in preventing or overcoming chronic illness and putting yourself in a state of vibrant health. So education is a big part of that. So we're going to bring in education as part of our health and wellness program. Having a blueprint, just like we have a blueprint to financial freedom, right? We need a blueprint to vibrant health. So we're going to talk about what are some of the steps and some of the things that you need to do or our customers need to do to actually get a state of vibrant health. So that's going to be really important as well. And then we have nutritional products. And so we're going to complement our e-commerce system. And if you guys know, we already have some nutritional products, but now we're going to build a program around our nutritional products to show how on the path to leading vibrant health, we've got products that we can offer, natural nutritional products that can help you on the road to vibrant health. So these are kind of expand our nutritional product line. But again, just like our financial side, we're building a program around it. So let's talk about the 7 strategies. Just like we've got our 5 cash flow streams, we've now got 7 strategies for health and wellness. So the first one is whole foods. Diet, of course, is really important, making sure that you have what you put into your body has an effect. And so we want to make sure that we're maximizing the nutritious stuff and minimizing the bad stuff. And guys, there's a lot of parallels to our journey with financial freedom and our journey with vibrant health. Food is really important, and the nutrients that we get are really important. And so unfortunately, today, we're being bombarded with a lot of food that's man-made and it's processed. And our bodies don't know what to do with that stuff. And so part of what we're going to talk about is the importance of having whole foods, much like the stuff that we learned on the financial side, where we know capitalism big business is capitalizing on us, right? Big business is capitalizing on us in terms of trying to take our money. Sick because there's money to be made on sick. And so what we eat is really important. So that's one of the things that we're going to look at. Of course, like I mentioned, nutritional products is really important. Having nutritional products to help, because what happens is, because of the diets that we have, sometimes we have deficiencies in our body. Sometimes, you know, we're low on vitamin C, or we're low on something that's going on. And so nutritional products are things that are natural that you can do to help you on your journey to financial or to vibrant health. And so part of what we're going to do is expand our nutritional product line. And guys, did you know that the US, and this is where I think Ivy is brilliant for having this vision, the US has the largest market for nutritional products, $42.6 billion. And it's growing at a rate of about 5.3%. It's a huge, huge market. And so if you think about the products that we have today, we've got nutritional products, but we're not really building a whole program around them and a lifestyle. So just like we have a lifestyle around financial freedom, we're going to build a lifestyle around vibrant health and our nutritional products and how they can help you on your journey to vibrant health. Stress, you know, we got to deal with stress. Stress is a key factor to disease. When I was on my breast cancer journey and I started looking at why, because I needed to get to the root cause. Why did I have breast cancer? One of the big things that was obvious was the fact that I had a lot of stress in my life. And so when we talk about mind, body, and spirit, there's a direct correlation to the amount of stress in your life and the type of health that you have. High stress equals poor health. Low stress actually improves your health. And so we're going to talk a lot about stress and the importance of minimizing the stress in your life. Sleep is another one. Sleep is really important. So, you know, I used to, when I first joined myEcon, you know, I used to like, I'll sleep later. I'll sleep when I die. You know, I downplayed sleep tremendously because I was excited. I was building my business. You know, I was still working a full-time job, but my business was growing and I was super excited. And what I realized was I was neglecting my body and not getting enough sleep. And here's the thing that people don't realize. Sleep is part of a cycle that we need, because when we're sleeping, it gives our body a chance to run through its processes to repair and heal. And so if we're not getting enough sleep, we're not giving our bodies a chance to do the things that it needs to do to heal, because guess what? Our bodies are a machine. And so just like the machine of driving your car, you got to put oil in it, you got to put gas in it. There's certain things that we've got to give our bodies in order for it to function properly. And so sleep is one of those things. Sleep is like the gas that you got to keep in your car, or the food that you have to have. And so sleep is really important. So we're going to talk about the importance of sleep and how that's important. So I had to get sleep under control because I wasn't getting enough sleep. And so I had to do some things to get there. Exercise, of course, moving our bodies. When your body is in motion, it does all sorts of things as far as circulating your lymphatic system, moving your body. And so what's interesting is through this Super Saturday, I was putting my camera on pause a little bit to get up and just move around a little bit, get that blood circulating, get moving. So that's a really important part. And it's not necessarily, you got to be this, you know, jogger, this super fit exercising person. It's moving your body because, again, our bodies are designed as a machine to be able to have certain functions and get that blood pumping and get that lymphatic system moving. And these are the things that I realized on my breast cancer healing journey that I wasn't doing. I was very sedentary. And so we're going to talk about the importance of exercise. Having fun. People may think that's pretty silly, right? Why do we need to have fun? Like, who needs to have fun? Well, you would be surprised the importance of having fun. And so, you know, I love myEcon because we're like a family, and having activities as adults coming together, it can actually boost your immune system. And people don't realize that, like, things that you do to have enjoyment, it's not all about just work, work, work. We have to make time and have a balance to have some fun. Get out and enjoy that money that you're making by running these strategies. So fun is an important part and one of the strategies that we'll talk about as well. And then the last one is spirituality and trauma, because again, health is a mind, body, and spirit. And so whatever your religion is, because we're not, going to focus necessarily on religion, although I can tell you that what happened in my life with the finances and with the health certainly was divine intervention, because I knew nothing about money and I knew nothing about how the body has the ability to heal. It was all given to me based on my request for help. And so spirituality plays a big part, because we have to have a belief in something bigger than us. We have to know. And like my journey with breast cancer, I know it's bigger than me, because I was intended to share my message with more than just myself, which is why I became a health coach, and which is why I'm here today sharing this information with you. And then trauma, sometimes when healing, there's stuff that's emotional baggage that's buried deep inside of us from maybe things that happened in our childhood that can stop us from attaining vibrant health. So that's a part of what we also have to address. These 7 keys, guys, are the things that I use to help me overcome breast cancer. These are the things that we're going to introduce as part of our program to surround ourselves with our nutritional products, so that we can have a blueprint, not just for making money and becoming millionaires and attaining financial freedom, but that we can stay around long enough to enjoy it. And so if you don't know, today we have our MSM and our daily ultimate products. And, our goal is to add to our product line, and again, build a whole lifestyle around it. So when you're offering these products, it's not just, okay, go buy this product. Now there's training, there's all sorts of things around it, so that we can not only take advantage of it ourselves as associates, but we can also offer these products and this lifestyle to our customers. And so that is going to be the game changer for us. It's not just here, click on this link and go buy these nutritional products. It's here, there's a lifestyle attached, and we have a roadmap that we show our customers on how to get vibrant health, just like we have a roadmap to get financial freedom. So I'm really excited. We're going to be working to pull some things together, and I'm sure Ivy's going to talk a lot more about that. But we've got some cool things that we want to do to expand our line of nutritional products, and I'm super excited about this. So just to wrap it up, what are we looking to do with this program? Number one, again, as a recap, we're looking at education. Knowledge is power. So we first got to make sure people understand. And the thing that I learned, and as I continue to talk to people just don't know. We're 100% reliant on our doctors, and we're not taking control of our own health. And so education is going to be an important part of it. We're going to have our nutritional product line. We're going to have product training. And of course, what this opens up is an additional opportunity to grow your business through these products that we're going to offer and this lifestyle that's attached to it. So now we're giving, again, an additional business income opportunity for our associates. So I hope you guys are excited that we have this expansion. This is definitely a separator and a game changer and a differentiator for myEcon. It's going to set us aside from some of the other companies who are trying to pattern themselves off of us. We're now merging and expanding into a health and wealth company, and it's super exciting. So just imagine being a millionaire, being healthy, being able to enjoy your money, and being able to help other people not only change their finances, but also change their lifestyle. I mean, this is huge. And so I am very fortunate. I'm very thankful for Ivy for giving me this opportunity to help bring this to myEcon and to our associates and the customers, because this, not only will we change the world with finances, we're going to change the world with health as well. So I'm really excited about it. And I thank you guys.
All right. Now that was exciting news. That was very, very exciting news. Thank you, Nicole, for that information. I need some of that like yesterday. Mr. Stokes has been losing a lot of weight, and he's been picking at me because I've been putting on weight. So I think the weight that he lost, I picked up. So what we want to do is we want to move in and let Mr. Stokes do the closing remarks. Has it not been a wonderful Super Saturday? What a great first start of our first virtual Super Saturday, our first Super Saturday of the year. And I think that it turned out amazing. Before I go, I want to thank all of the panelists. Each one of you did a great job. I want to thank those of you that gave testimonies. I want to thank each one of you for making this a top-notch first virtual Super Saturday for myEcon. We're excited about that. And so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stokes as he closes out for us for the day. Mr. Stokes, you're on.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what, that was amazing. I told you she was a superstar, didn't I? She is a big, Nicole's going to be a big addition to our team. And, and what I really love about it is like, I love the Oakland Raiders back when they were good, and Al Davis used to say, but the most important part is they are Raider. And so the most important part is she's a real myEcon family member. Does that make sense? She's got the whole package, and that's what it's all about, guys. And, and it's very important. The nutritional products we have now is just basically, my two favorite products. We sold over $30 million worth of MSM back about 15, 18 years ago. And I love the product, so I just kept it. And the Daily Ultimate, I love that product, so I just kept it. Even though I was really into the financial aspect. And, but now, of course, some of you noticed I've lost weight. I got all of you great leaders around me, so I'm actually getting more rest. I get to take days off, and because of technology, I'm having more fun. Hey, I might live to be 100, right? I didn't say I was going to work to be 100, but I'll still be around getting in the way, right? Having some fun. And, but today has been absolutely amazing. We had great trainers today. Great. You guys did an amazing job. Mr. Collier did a great job putting all this together, didn't he? So, kudos to Mr. Collier. He does a fantastic job. He has helped myEcon so much because he helped us get our message to the world. See, we've got the best message on earth. We just got to get it to the world, and he's helped us do that. So I do appreciate him greatly. And of course, we've got tremendous other leaders and trainers that we'll be bringing on in the future. Our next virtual Super Saturday will be February 1st, and we'll be, using some of our same leaders, but we'll also be bringing on other leaders and having them take part. And of course, we can never forget our great co-founder, Mr. Curry. He's here. He's here at corporate. He's just sitting back there monitoring everything. He told June and I to do all the work, and he was going to sit back and drink coffee and eat donuts. No, he didn't do all that. But he's here. And then, of course, we've got a lot of great leaders around the country. We got Mr. LaCapra, up in D.C., and we've got Mr. Thomas down, of course, in Arkansas. And, just great leaders and great associates all over America. So we're just going to continue to grow. And every day I ask the Lord to bless myEcon and all the people in myEcon. And you know what? He hears his children's prayers, right? And he has done that. So we also want to give God all the honor and all the glory for blessing us financially and making us what we are today and taking us where we need to be. So that's what we want to just continue to do, to be blessed, to be a blessing to other people. So I had fun. Go out on Facebook, tell somebody about this event today, let them know what was going on. Mr. Collier says the replay will be up in the next 24 hours, so you can let them know that. And have fun, enjoy life, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.